Okay, so welcome guys to our campaign. We're going to do Tales from the Yawning Portal. It's a bit of an unorthodox campaign because it's a series. It's a series of dungeons and adventures from throughout the history of D&D, updated for 5th edition, and then I've put a little conjoining storyline in there to help them run all into one adventure. My name is Matt. I'm the DM for this campaign. I've been playing D&D for a long time, way back since 3.5, but I've played the most of 5th edition. And whilst I'm not particularly skilled on Roll20, I do at least know how to tell a good story. Right, so we're going to go around the players. Players introduce themselves and then introduce their characters. We'll start with the guys on Discord. Tom, do you want to go first?
So, I'm Tom. I've been playing D&D for a little bit. Yeah, just looking forward to a new campaign.
Good.
Should I have a player as well, my character?
Yep.
And we're playing a barbarian total called Telcook.
Okay.
Completely what I usually play, because usually I play clerics, so it's going to be interesting.
Okay, and what about a bit of background for Telcook? What's, is he rich, is he poor, is he street kid?
He just kind of gets on, he drinks a lot, he punches stuff, but he's not an asshole. He hits stuff that has to be hit, but doesn't hit stuff just because he can.
Makes sense?
Makes sense.
And is it, Matthew, your turn?
Yeah. Matt.
Another Matt.
Yeah, I've been playing D&D for a little bit now.
Yeah.
About, as Tom said, about 6 months. Done a campaign with Thomas beforehand, which is his created world. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I think for this campaign, I've gone for something a little bit different. I've gone for a wizard. I usually play big tack smash stuff, but I've gone for a get-dairy wizard.
Okay.
My guy's name's Azarath. Yeah.
Nice.
Spell-wise, he's going to be like Voldemort. He's creepy as fuck.
Okay, so we're going for the...
That is one of the best introductions of a D&D character I've ever heard. He's going to be Voldemort, he's creepy as fuck. Awesome.
That's good.
Oh, pretty much, you know. What is it?
I love that.
I've got black hair, no nose, red eyes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so not the most physically appealing of characters.
Just a little bit.
No, I agree. Creepy as fuck.
Just the racing general.
Oh, wait till you see the spell. Yeah, creepy.
Is dead.
We need to add that to the Switch stream.
You're in for a treat.
I can't wait. Right. Next round, we'll start at the end of the table.
Cool. I'm Sid. Been playing D&D maybe a year, 18 months on and off. So still fairly new to it all. And my character is called Garyon, and he's a Loxodon cleric.
Elephant man. Actual elephant man before you...
Is it still buy a drink first?
That means we've got to tell an elephant and just...
Do you want to know what I'm drinking?
Yeah. We can start a zoo.
Shitty sugar-free Red Bull. It tastes awful. Mixed it with lime juice and tonic.
Might take offence to that, and this is more on the man side of elephant person.
Still an elephant person.
I can use my trunk for shit.
But imagine like
it's
basically Baba.
Yeah,
it's like basically what it is.
Baba. Yeah.
Except in the rules, it can hit you with its trunk, and it does more damage than a human fist would normally. So.
It's very much Dragon Ball-esque, so it's like a human but with a dragon, with an elephant face.
That's exactly it. Right, next one round.
Oh, that's me.
Yes.
I am Alan. For better or for worse, I own the Geek Bar. I have been playing D&D for about the same time as Sid, maybe 6 months longer. I've done a campaign with Nick, who generously has got us looking after his table until he sells it, or until I have enough money to buy it off him.
That's how we met, wasn't it? The campaign with Nick.
Yeah, that's how me and Matt sort of first met, and then I've done a campaign with Matt for a little bit before, and done a couple other little campaigns, and doing one with JM on thingy, and I'm trying my hand at D&D by doing the Rick and Morty campaign, which is not the best, I'll be honest, but the campaign's great. It's me that's not the best, but I kind of enjoy that sort of dry sense of humour, so it works well for me. I'm also terrible at saying things out loud that I'm not supposed to, so it makes it interesting.
Oh, that's Hagrid, considering we got a Voldemort. That's like
that's
Hagrid.
a bit of a Hagrid. I should not have said that.
In fact, I believe that's your catchphrase, isn't it?
Oddly as well, my character could be a Hagrid because he is a Mark of Foundling half-orc.
Biker.
These won't be here by the
Hagrid.
Biker.
Bro.
He said biker, I said rogue.
Biker.
So, who's your character, Alan?
His name is Altman.
Altman.
He is a Mark of Finding half-orc, which is a variant of half-orcs that sort of tend to be more hunters that have turned into sort of more bounty hunters. So he's sort of a bounty hunter feel about him, but he's also a warlock, and he's got a sexy purple hat according to the picture.
I can see the picture. Purple beret.
He looks a bit like a pimp.
A lot like a pimp.
A lot
Sure.
like
So it's
very
like
much pimp hat on.
Snoop Hagrid.
Yeah, Snoop Hagrid. Yeah. So he's a warlock as well. He's a warlock half orc. So he's got Eldritch Blast because that's the only thing.
You only have characters.
I can't
Then
get
it's
away
I
fine.
with
was going to
Yeah,
go
Captain
Warlock,
Marvel.
but he went as we've already got a Warlock.
I
I missed my Warlock.
I've designed 50 or so characters, all not warlocky, and then just go, no, I want Eldritch Blast, so I end up going back to being a warlock. By the time I start a campaign, what's that?
Is that a new follower?
No, I hosted.
Alright.
Oh, shit. Hi, Little Lion Girl.
The host, Little Lion Girls?
Little Lion Girls is, I suppose, running our tech desk,
But
even
he's,
though not actually doing anything.
Basically, he's a fairly easygoing fella. He just, he's a bounty hunter, so he just does the job and cracks on. No sort of, I would say, chaotic neutral at best. He's not particularly evil. He's not particularly good. He does the job that he's paid to do. He's sort of comes from a race of people that are designed to do adventures and get the treasure at the end of it. So do some battle and stuff. Bit of a sales sword, if anything else.
That's right.
You done?
Yeah, that's me done.
Next
Sorry.
one down.
I just had to tell the talk a lot. Sorry.
Growlbrack Battle Pride. Oh wait, I'll go with me first, aren't I?
Yeah, you're not Growl.
I've played D&D now for about a year and a half. I DM for here and other groups I play with. I paint minis and just enjoy playing D&D. I've not really played like Cyberpunk or any other games yet, but yeah, done quite a bit of D&D in the last year and a half, especially during lockdown. And I'm playing Growlbrack Battle Pride, who is like an ex-general, getting on a bit, still thinks he can do it, but he can't really. He was good at fighting at one point, but he will seem surprised that every time when he rolls initiative he's at -1 type. Yeah. Still managed to hold on to the colour, he's still ginger. That's about his biggest positive.
So, bit of an eclectic party. You know,
A bit.
half orc, the Gith, the dwarf, the turtle, and the loxodon.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah, it's
To be fair, I
a
was gonna
very
bring-
good mix.
If
we're going to be so inconspicuous, it's going to be great. No one's going to spot us.
an elephant, a turtle, a half orc. Yeah.
Yeah, Voldemort.
Voldemort. There's no point trying to say his race name. It just.
You just got.
Sure.
Got him, he should not be named.
I was called Tom because it's Tom Riddle.
Yeah,
It's called
true.
Tom.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Right, guys. So, the various members of the party have heard of a tavern of many wonders in the city of Waterdeep. The tavern goes by the name of the Yawning Portal, and it's renowned as not only the best drink in Waterdeep, but as the entrance to a dark dungeon and the best stories in the city of Waterdeep. whether for glory, for love, or for personal reasons, all of your party members have happened to arrive at the Yawning Portal at the same time. The bar itself is pretty unassuming. From the outside, it's a 3-story wooden building with a pointed gabled roof. It's set at the base of the mountain, one of the better districts in the city, and yet the building itself is very basic and very plain in decorations.
Bit like this place when we moved in.
What do you mean when you moved in? Oh, it looks alright inside now. If you enter the building, I'm assuming you will because I'm the DM, I'm making you.
I don't want it. No.
Turtle and an elephant. What the fuck?
Yes. So,
What's up with your
Galbrack is here for glory, isn't he? Galbrack's
he's like just hanging on in for as much more chance to prove himself as he can.
So Galbrack has heard that the dungeon, known as the Undermountain, is the absolute pinnacle of all dungeons. There'll be glory to be had, there'll be treasure to be had, there'll be enemies to be defeated, and if any of that fails, there'll be a glorious death. As he approaches the tavern, coming down the other end of the street, is a large form that originally looked to be grey from the haze of fog over the city, until it turns out it's just grey because it's an elephant that walks like a man. And Garrion is here for cleansing. What lives under the tavern is a rot and filth that has spread into the city over centuries. And if no one else is going to do something about it, then why not him? He locks eyes with the turtle, and a knowing nod is shared. With the dwarf, and a knowing nod is shared. And both of them, their attentions are brought to an unlikely pair. One tall and thin, with very few features and glowing red eyes, and one short and round, and with a very slow but purposeful gait. This is Telcook and Azarth, who purely by chance have happened upon the tavern at the same time. As the four share looks, judging whether there is any hostile intent or not from the other parties, from round the back of the tavern, apparently searching for clues, but more likely having just relieved himself, comes a dashing figure of muscle and sinew in a purple suit with matching beret.
Beret?
His hands quickly dart away from the fly he has just buttoned as he notices the slight tension in the air between all participants. You all stood outside the tavern.
You right there, guys?
You've been busy there.
Just draining the lizard before we go in for a drink.
I'll be very polite. It's more difficult for me.
I've got to say, it's a lot brighter here than I'm used to.
My name's Altman. Nice to meet you. I extend my hand.
I'm Azrath. Nice to meet you too.
Name's Del Cook.
Do you shake my hand?
I do indeed.
I do as well.
Okay, I need you to both make Constitution saves. No. Okay, you both shake his hand, and then you both take a minute and then hurriedly wipe your hands on your robes.
Oh shit! I got a walk. Yeah. You
It's
didn't
like-
wash your hand, did you? You
It's
didn't
like-
do that one, did you?
Why is his handshake wet? Ew.
Ooh.
Okay,
Come
before
on, the shell.
I dropped my hand from Telcook's shell.
Oh, the shell, come on! Shit grows algae really easily, okay? Don't do that shit.
As for the other two, there's this breaking of the tension as Altman's introduced himself, and as Azrath tries to wipe his hand on Telcook's shell. Do you want to sort of step in? Do you want to just go through the door?
I'm going towards the bar.
Okay. Again, the door, like the rest of the building, is relatively unassuming, but once you open it, the inside of the bar is very unique. There is a huge 40-foot wide stone-walled well in the middle of the room. The wall coming up to just below head height for the total, so about 3.5–4 feet.
Oh god.
All you can see down the well from your vantage point in the doorway is darkness. And on the far side there seems to be some lifting platform device. And as you watch, a young human and his ageless elf friend pay the man at the top of the platform a coin each, step on and are winched down using a series of pulleys. The winching goes on for some time before there is a distant thunk as the lift hits. Eventually the winch comes back up and the platform is empty.
You guys might want to go on without me because I'm not the lightest. I might have to go on my own.
As you are stood transfixed at this process, there's a friendly welcoming from behind the bar, which is to your left. Ho, fellas! In for a drink? As you look, it's a relatively unassuming man with a fabulous handlebar moustache and a typical sort of brown leather bartender's apron and the puffy white sleeves.
Now this man.
Go on.
Said that as the uniform here.
Now this man's speaking my language. I slowly waddle over to the
You
bar
have to wear it.
Oh shit.
and get it there.
Okay. Beer is cheap. Business is good, so he doesn't need to charge much. Mind you, the beer is also cheap in another sense.
That's fine.
It's only 2 copper a glass.
Sounds good to me.
That
He
is cheap.
says, "What the rest of you lot? Would you like anything to drink?"
Oh, the beer as well.
I'll have a flagon.
Okay. He gets you all beers.
I'll go.
Yeah. He gets you all beers. 2 coppers each. Hands them out. To be fair, it is cheap beer, but it is like drinking. I'm trying to think of the cheapest thing I could think of as a non-beer drinker. Carling. But carling that's cold.
Having sex in a canoe.
But it's cold. It's
Fucking
not
close to
flat.
water.
It's not too fizzy. It's cheap beer, but it's good cheap beer, if that makes sense. It's about as nice as cheap beer can be.
Fair.
So not Carling then.
Not piss water.
Fair enough.
Foster's.
Foster's.
There you go.
There you go. That's a good choice.
Bit better.
To be fair, our downside's cheap, but it's good.
Yeah.
He offers you. He says, "Oh, find yourselves a table, lads. There's food going on in 10 minutes. We've got some venison that's been in the pot all day. Fresh bread, but we've also got cheeses and meats if you want something cold.
Sounds good to me. Ooh, cheese.
Cheese
Grab,
and meat.
grab yourselves a table. I'll send one of the
I've
girls
been doing
over
the
to get
keto
something."
diet. It's probably a good idea. I'll take some
I
of the cheese and meat.
slowly waddle over to the table.
Beer's fine.
The only table that's free does already have 1 occupant.
I just creep up behind him.
Why? You don't understand the creepy stuff.
I just say, "Excuse me."
Chairs are free if you want to sit down, but I'm not moving now. I'll find somewhere comfortable. The occupant is an older dwarf with no hair and a greying beard, and a scar down one eye, making the eyeball under the scar milky white.
I sit down knowing it. Okay, I don't want to fuck with you, Jesus.
Now lads, grab yourself seats. Food will be out soon. It's a good place, this place, even with the feature in the middle of the room.
Yeah, what is that feature?
Gary.
That, boys, up there, that's the entrance to the Undermountain.
Oh.
They say a mad mage carved it out from under the mountain centuries ago. And good old Durnan there behind the bar, he's apparently the first person to ever come back alive.
Oh.
Although, it's not easy to get down there. You lot look like a group that can handle yourself. I see a lot of weapons on you all. But Durnan won't let you down unless he's happy you can take on the dungeon. Won't let you go down.
Okay then. Keep that in mind.
How do we go about it? How do we just talk to him? Do we have to prove something particular to get in?
You have to do an arm wrestle.
Do you know?
I'm just downing as many beers as I can and just like drinking.
There's a quite friendly middle-aged lady, half-orc lady, who keeps bringing beers out every time. Literally, as soon as your glass is empty, she offers you another one. Because after your first beer, it's only 1 copper a pint.
And I'm testing the...
You're testing the limit to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not being
Good idea.
stupid.
Is this in reality or in game?
No, this is my old drunk dwarf. It's both, yeah.
You're just too tall to be a dwarf in real life.
Yeah.
You just
To
wish
be
you
honest
were
with you,
shorter.
lads, nobody really knows how a Durnan decides who can go down and who can't. It seems completely arbitrary. I've tried for years to get down into the dungeon.
No, he doesn't let you.
I don't know, he won't tell me. It just says I'm not ready yet.
Seasoned person like you, Jesus.
Hey, I fought on the Sword Coast Wars. I fought in the mountains against the goblins.
You can tell.
And he won't let me down, so I don't know what his qualifications are,
This is why
but
I'm not doing any talking right now.
he won't let me down.
No.
So I don't know about you boys, I can't say.
What do you think?
I might have to go and have a little chat with this Durnan.
Carry on. Are you up for it?
Sounds good.
Tell you what, boys.
Come on, Gary.
That's what I'm
Why
here
the
for.
long face?
That's what I mean.
Tell you what, boys, if he lets you down,
Didn't take you long, did it?
if you go and see Durnan and he lets you down, I will pay you 1 gold per person to ride the lift. And so long as you bring something back for me from down there, I'll pay you gold.
Something specific or just in general?
Sure, we can bring
Something
him
worth 5 gold. Particularly nice sword,
a nice
gem
rock.
of some sort.
Does he like rocks? Yeah, I can give you a nice hat. Very stylish hat. Yeah, no, that sounds like a good deal to me, guys. What do you think?
Aye.
Yeah, Roger. I'm happy with that.
Roger? Who's Roger?
Roger.
The dwarf's had
He
a
was a
few.
prick.
So, almost as if he's...
Just a question, me.
That was JM was asking who was Roger.
Growlbrack was asking.
There you go.
Okay.
Almost as if he heard you, Durnan is next to you, bringing you this set of drinks.
He wants to ask
Now
me.
then, lads. You're talking about going
Well,
down in the dungeon then?
Oh, you're Irish.
I am now. Because, fuck it, I haven't been Irish in a while.
Okay, I was like, oh, you're Irish. Oh, me too.
Nice. I hear you're talking about going down to the dungeon.
All Irish, what?
Oi, we're going full on here!
I feel like we're going on a tour of Ireland through these accents.
This is what I call Hollywood Irish, where my accent varies depending on how excited I am.
Yeah. Oh, potato.
I am so glad I'm here to listen to this.
Don't show me potato, I get well excited.
I'm going to tell you now, lads. I'm going to tell you, and I'm sorry to say this to you, but I'm going to tell you, I'll not be letting you down today. Well, I won't be letting you down the well. I'll be letting you down in a different sense, though, in a moral sense.
Wow.
Why may I ask?
You're not ready yet. Once you're ready, you'll be able to go down.
And
But
what-
until then, you're staying up here.
I'm not getting any younger. What exactly are you expecting me to learn that I don't know now?
If you're asking that question, then you're not looking for the answer, are you?
Oh, pretty any wisdom stuff here, mate. Come on.
How
I
much
tell
is
you
it gonna
what.
cost to-
I tell you what, have some food. Oh, what else there?
Have some food. Don't be stealing my accent now.
I tell you what, boys, have yourself some munch. Listen to this lad's tale. He's an old soldier, this one. Durek. You listen to him. Listen to what he's got to tell you. And after your food, ask me again. I've got Northern Irish now. Ask me again, and then we'll see.
Is he the guy that we've been speaking to
The
already?
dwarf is on your table. So yeah, listen
Is
to
he
his.
someone I would recognise? Is he like a famous fighter?
His weight marked is exactly the
Roll
same thing.
me and do you have the history skill?
History.
I've got roll 20 here.
Not proficient.
You tell me your history skill.
+1.
Oh,
That's on the. It puts it on the chat, you see.
Yeah, we can't see that, but it's
Oh,
okay.
it's fine.
Use these.
So, you do vaguely know the word Durek.
Okay.
But even for dwarfs, it was a long time ago.
Okay.
I mean, you're talking about you recognising that someone, if you human lifespan-wise, the recognising the name of someone from World War One after meeting them today. Like, that's how old this would be in comparison.
Okay.
It'd be the dwarf equivalent of being 99 or 100 years old for a human. And it's not rare for dwarves to live to 400 years old, as this guy is.
Yep.
It's not uncommon for it to happen,
There's no
but it's
story.
relatively rare.
There's no story behind him that I'm recognising or within.
If this is the same person, the same Durek, he once apparently retrieved something of great value. The actual details of which has changed depending on who shares the story. It was either a tree that brings the gift of life, or it was a plant that could heal any wound, or possibly some sort of weapon that could kill anything, even the undead, even the magic, even the constructs. It had no...
So something very powerful.
Something very powerful that changed how a part of the world functioned once it was brought to the surface.
Okay.
If it's the same Durek, he brought back this item.
So it would seem surprising to me that he's not allowed down the well, I would assume.
Well, exactly, because it sounds not only is he a soldier, but if this is the same guy, it sounds like he's also an experienced adventurer.
Yeah. Okay.
What that could whoop our ass.
However, that's like the vaguest bit of information you can remember.
Yeah.
As you're going, the half-orc lady comes back with plates of food.
Mm.
She's got
Food.
impressively balanced on her various shoulders and hands. She's got
How many
each,
shoulders did she have?
She's got you each a bowl of venison stew on her 16 arms. She's got you. Yeah, she's a hecatoncrates, 100-handed one. She's got you each a bowl of venison stew with potatoes and carrot stuff in it. The smell alone is lovely. Proper thick red wine gravy, chunks of venison, but not chewy chunks. They're nice and they've been slow cooked, so they're soft and tender. And then, as she's put them down, very young lad next to her, only about 10 or 12, is holding this huge wooden platter that goes in the centre of the table. It's covered in an array of slices of cheese, salami, ham, cured meats, bread rolls, even things like preserved veg, pickles, onions, olives, fresh carrots, fresh cucumber. Sort of like literally a smorgasbord for the middle of the table.
I just start digging in.
It's all nice as well.
Sit
Like
down.
the beer, it's cheap, but it's well prepared and tasty.
Yeah, sit down and just dig in.
Just like another venue.
Whilst I try and think of much detail as I can remember of... is it Durkar?
Durek.
Durek, sorry.
Durek says, the man said you wanted to hear my story. Now I've got a lot, but I'm assuming he means about the Sunless Citadel.
Oh yeah, go on then. Sounds interesting. This is some good.
The Sunless Citadel.
It's a bit dark.
It was dark. It used
Always
to
nighttime.
be a very proud fortress. Very proud fortress of some human nobles. And then, for reasons unknown, the ground split open, and the castle. I've gone Yorkshire, and I'm trying really hard to keep it up. The ground split open,
That's what she said.
and they swallowed the citadel, so that only the top layer now remains above ground, and even then, it's at the bottom of a ravine. So you've got like a chasm, and then you've got the top layer off the floor of the
So
chasm.
it didn't knock it down, I thought it's still fully functional, but it's just...
It's apparently intact. It was intact. Was. I gathered with a group of like-minded people. We'd been sought out, and we decided that we were going to go in. There was this mystery in a nearby village. See, goblins had claimed the keep, and they had a ritual every year where they would come to the village and they would offer a golden apple to the village. They claimed the apple could heal anyone who ate from it, but only the first person to take a bite. And they would auction the apple off to the village for gold and supplies, take the supplies back to the fortress. As Durek continues talking, you start to realise you can't quite tell what the words are saying. It's sort of a blah, 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 blah.
The food.
Blah, blah, blah.
The
So like me
food
doing the quiz.
Very slowly.
Can I just ask, is it poison?
It is not poison. And, unlike the normal D&D conventions, there is no saving.
Okay.
But you all feel very warm and fuzzy as sleep
Such a happy story.
very
you
slowly
guys.
overtakes you all.
Just slowly retract to my shell. Just
Yup.
Just so you know, my character that I actually made is now
Okay.
there, and you can print that one off if you want, because it's not quite right. Anyway, it has stuff missing. But I've got it on my thing anyway, so don't.
So it's... Yes, I've got you in now, yeah. Got 2 copies.
Yeah, the new one's correct.
Sure. So, I can now do this. Dun. Need to do it, make sure it's done it on the right one. That hasn't updated.
Sometimes it takes a little while.
good old roll 20.
Good old roll 20.
You wanting to make something big on the screen?
No, I'm waiting for the map to change.
Oh, okay. Have you moved the characters over? You selected, you also have to move the characters over. Or the players, there's just a banner that says the players. I'll just look for a second just to help
Yeah.
you.
That's right, there's no secret.
Basically, click the blue button,
Mm-hmm.
players, sorry, click again. You drag that red
I
flag,
see.
the red flag, yeah. And it should just drag onto the map.
Well.
There you go.
There you go. Right.
Ooh,
Once
that's
it loads,
It's black, which I think means you've got Fog of War on.
that does mean fog of war.
You know how to reveal that, yeah? Should be on your left hand side.
Not fog of war. I hate with fog of war, no thanks.
that's good, right.
You guys should be able to see what it's revealing it on my screen, but not on yours.
Because it's Sid's player and to do with what he can see and any sources of light and all that kind of rubbish.
I need to put you guys out. That's what I need to do. Man. Yeah, I thought I knew roll 20, and apparently I don't.
I just turned your dynamic lighting off for now.
How do you?
Sorry, I'm writing away.
Yeah, it's
I didn't know it was turned on. So.
No, it's right. Okay.
It's one of them things we all have issues with roll 20.
Right. How the best way to do it is you actually have a character for Sid, don't you?
I have one somewhere, I think. No.
No, that's why. So, the best way to do it is just to go.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, it's all off. There we go.
Hey.
Something.
We've got it.
Now you can do the.
Now I can
reveal
just
like we
reveal
did.
it as I go.
I can
Lovely.
see, I can see part of the
Thank
side.
you,
Should've
JM.
gone down.
Do you know how to reveal them when you want to,
Right click them.
and then pick the layer? Oh no, you
Have
not
to go
Let's
that
go
way.
on the layer,
Oh.
and then you can right click and pick the layer you want to put them to out. And I guess you don't want to reveal them yet. I'm just so you know. What to do.
As you guys suddenly come back to consciousness,
What the hell?
you wake up on a plateau next to a small fire.
I popped just my head out the shell. What?
Is the fire lit?
The fire is just going out as the sun is just rising.
So it's not always night time.
Sun is
What?
rising in the sunless citadel.
You are
Oh,
at
we
the top
don't
of a
know.
ravine.
Ah.
This kind of story.
Ooh.
As the sunlight creeps up behind you, you realise there are stairs leading down the ravine. Vaguely in the darkness at the bottom of the ravine, you can see a darker, stony shape. With a very square edge, sort of highlighted against the pale ground.
That looks like a citadel to me. Is it?
Alright then, well, I say, I'll just crack all my bones, you know, as you do in the morning, but you're just waking up and start, slowly creep out my fucking shell.
Derek is also here,
Oh, hello.
but the Derek sat in front of you is at least 200 years younger than the one you were talking to in the bar.
Am I?
He has a
Jersey.
no.
Well,
He has a full head of blonde hair He looks like a very small, slightly less attractive Legolas. No beard and a full head of blonde hair.
Calm yourself down, Ben.
But he's a dwarf.
Yes.
So he's a dwarf
You look-
Legolas.
Yes.
Wow.
You look slightly familiar. I can't place it.
Does he recognise us?
He just says, "Oh, you guys must have got her in the night."
Apparently so.
Now then, the locals say that the goblins bring them this apple once a year. But apparently the goblins grow it. And they've claimed the citadel as their house. So, I've been hired to go and clear out the goblins and bring the tree back.
Well, I don't like goblins, so I'm up for that. You don't
Yeah.
need to say anything else to me.
Right, lads.
I'm no
Who
farmer.
likes goblins?
I
Who
don't like
likes
that
goblins?
accent.
Like,
I'm no farmer, but surely that tree should stay where it is. It's not very good to move.
yeah,
trees.
if you uproot a tree, that tree's no longer going to be
You
working.
say this like I'm not prepared.
Yeah, it was worth a try.
He pulls out what looks to be a giant pearl about the size of a football from his backpack.
Shiny.
It's a bit big. Your
If
body's
I
big.
touch this to the tree, according to the wizard that sold it to me, it will put the tree inside here and keep it healthy and active until I plant it in the ground, and then the tree will appear in the ground.
Okay.
That's convenient.
Oh, did he look like a trustworthy wizard at the time?
That's a good question. Wizards are
Well,
assholes.
I've bought things off him before, and I didn't die.
That was a very interesting pearl of
It
wisdom.
sounds like M from James Bond.
Did he have a long white beard? And I don't know where I'm doing this accent. I'm stuck
A
there.
long point out.
Big long beard and a pointy hat. And was he dressed
Big
in grey?
stick.
And was he always on time?
No,
Never ever let things pass.
no,
Never lets anything go.
Yeah.
no. We were wearing long white robes. He had a long black staff.
So you're
And a long grey beard.
A grey beard. Oh, he was the other one.
The other one, that's right.
No.
Or,
He-
or the same one, but later.
Whenever he talked, he sounded like a vampire that were also. Oh God, who are? Whenever he talked, he sounded like a vampire.
We're talking in common now.
He sounded like a vampire that were also an evil Jedi.
Well, both at the same time. Well,
That's impressive. What's a Jedi?
Don't know. It's just what he told me.
What was your name again? Doku?
Direct. Yes.
it was the one with those shiny swords, right?
No,
She? She doesn't know.
she does.
Does she?
So,
She's just
So
where are we going? Tree?
downstairs
Said Doku, but it's Dooku.
into the citadel, down the
I was
citadel,
trying to make it
get the tree.
like, sound like direct.
That's what I've been paid to do, and that's what I've hired you lot to help me do.
cool. Sounds like fun.
Sure.
What,
So
how
where's
much-
the tree?
What's the pay?
Yeah, what's the money like?
I'm
You've all signed this contract weeks ago.
I'm
Right,
happy
right,
to kill
so-
goblins.
I'd
I'd
just
pay
like to
to kill
clarify for the
goblins.
people watching at home.
All right. To repeat,
Why have I still got a plate?
you pay it's 5 gold pieces a day, plus a finder's fee of 20 gold pieces each.
So what you're saying is we should drag this out.
No, because I'm paying you out of my pocket.
To be honest with you guys, I've got.
No, because I'm paying you out of my pocket, and you don't know what else the wizard told me.
Fair play. How many days do you think it'll take?
I reckon this will be 4 days to a week, depending on how many goblins there are in there, how much blood we have to clean off us.
Fair
So
play.
a week.
That sounds good. A week.
Yeah, but also, it might take a week. We do have a massive turtle here.
And
We
we
need
need
to be quick.
Yeah, I'm not the fastest person in the world, that is. That's
I'm
true.
quite sure.
Oh yeah,
I
but
don't-
slow and steady wins the race.
I'm more waddle than walk at this point.
Slow and steady wins the race, but only if you're a rabbit.
So just remind me where the tree is.
The tree is in the citadel, at the bottom of the citadel.
And is this citadel guarded by the goblins or just there?
The goblins claim it as their own.
And,
There are apparently other things that live in the citadel, but the goblins are the only ones that come out.
and do we have a rough estimate on the kind of numbers of goblins we're about to deal with?
It's a tribe of goblins. 10 of them could move in, and 2 weeks later, you've got 200 of the buggers.
Okay.
Cool. I'm up for it.
Yeah.
I like
Let's
killing
go.
goblins.
I'm rubbing my axe.
Right. You all seem like eager young people. I'm glad you were recommended. Right.
I'll take that as a
I
compliment.
start waddling down first and walk the rest of the party slowly.
As you set foot... I'm going to see if this works. As you set foot on the stairs, coming up the stairs,
There's a goblin.
No.
Kill it. I
I've
do.
got my
It's
teleport.
got a full edge on it.
Oh, that's a great axe.
I spout wings. No.
Look at that, it's gone.
You're not allowed to do that.
Not anymore.
No.
Oh, the map moved.
Oh yeah, I killed your wings.
You
Didn't
got a great
I?
axe.
Not directly, but yes.
Oh, I killed you and then saved you.
You didn't kill me. You just didn't help.
Aha!
Your decision to go
You're
down.
basically a wealthy rich
Your
person.
decision to dip
Coming
down
up
on the wings.
the
also
stairs
didn't help you.
Oh.
When you
with a
was actually
chittering
down, that didn't help
and
you
a
either.
scrabbling
Oh yeah, I know.
come 3 giant
I'm
rats.
just trying to get out of range.
Oh, cool.
I thought
So
you-
just to give us an indication, we're near the fire, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I have something in my library somewhere for you guys.
Cool.
What are they?
Did.
Rats.
Giant
Massive rats.
Massive. Are they rodents of unusual size?
They absolutely are ROUSs.
Yes.
We've got some really
Can
cool
I
minis
can
for
I
us.
can I fight with that? Oh yeah, we do.
What?
Oh,
We got the rat
I've got.
Right. That is our turtle, apparently.
Okay.
That was my.
Huh?
But it wouldn't let me move it. Which is aggravating me.
That's Baldric.
Oh, it's come on the wrong leg. That's the only turtle I could find.
Okay. Baldric the Warlock Turtle.
Stick a Gimli on, that'll do me.
Yep, it's just
We never
huge
did
at
get
the
to that
moment.
plot point. That really upset me.
What?
Because you were a turtle as well, and we were both.
Yeah, we
magical.
never got down to that, did we?
And we decided that we were related. We were both orphans.
So you decided you were both related?
No, I didn't.
I'm not sure that's how being
Okay.
related works.
It does.
Just one day, we're related now.
That's marriage.
I don't know, that's
Yeah.
what Spider's
Deciding
got
to
for
be
Julie,
related.
so that it can
Yeah.
eventually be related to me.
Bum.
We were both orphans, and we were adopted.
I'm just
By
getting
different religious
tokens for
factions.
everybody.
He was a zealot, and I was a. No, I don't like God. And we used to do shell
What
stuff.
really
So every
good
now and
side?
again we'd slam into each other and create a
Let's get a picture of
baseball
Voldemort.
thunderclap between us.
Nice.
Have you got a picture of Voldemort?
I have not, unfortunately. Closest I've got
Harry
is a really
okay.
kick-ass looking dark elf wizard.
That'll do. Wizard is good enough. They're all the same. They're all pros.
How's that one for
That'll do.
Okay. And then, who am I missing? Oh, Thingy,
Devon. They're back.
Derek.
Sorry, I wrote it down then. What's
Uh,
sexy like that?
I've got Telcook, I've got Garion, I've got Zarth, Altman, I need a half-orc. Where's the fancy dressed half-orc? Fine, you can be this half-orc. Let's see if I've got a better elephant than that.
I find that hard to believe. You're like the flower.
Okay, that's a better one.
Should I put that on the charging point, whatever we've got going at the moment, please?
Hang on, it's you. Probably into the USB as well.
Awesome. Cheers.
Oh, that was weird.
You've just unsheathed it.
That's a micro, isn't
That's
it?
So now I'm going to stick it in.
Oh yes, that one. It's a
Oh.
C.
That's our Loxodon.
Oh, you really punks.
Okay. You should all be able to see characters now, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's quite hard to see which one's which.
Let me zoom in a little bit.
Oh no, you can't. For
It's-
us.
it's-
Sid will have to do it.
Oh, I can. It's
No,
on
you can't.
this one.
No, you can't.
Oh, he can, he's got it on
Oh,
tap.
sorry, I see.
Me.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Take it all back.
Is it once?
Oh, no.
So,
He can't.
at the top of the screen, if I reveal a bit more of the map.
He organises what we can see.
Let's get the rest of this visible. There you go. At the top of the map, you have the turtle.
Tell Cook.
So that's Telcook. Behind him, at the sort of corner, but just below the Tails logo, for those of you watching the stream, is our blonde dwarf friend. I might move so he's visible. That's Derek. That's the barbarian.
Who's the drow?
In front of him. The drow is our Gith
Oh,
Warlock.
right, okay, yeah, because you could.
And then at the bottom there is the half-orc warlock and Sid. It's dragonborn, but it's pale, it's grey, and it looks aggressive.
Yeah, and could be anything from here.
So I thought that would do for you. And now we need initiatives.
What do of us have any?
Are we rolling physical dice or on roll 20?
Oh, except we've only got 3 of us in roll 20, so we won't be able to get it for
No,
each
you
player.
can. You
Can
can. I'll show you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is going to be more fun. But anyway.
Cool. Nice.
These are the dice we use for.
Have you pressed
when we
your turn?
stream it
No.
properly.
So just that clock there.
The one that-
Yeah.
oh.
Right now, click the cog, and you can put anyone's name
Ah, sweet.
there, and then you get add and add the number once they're in. So you play everyone's name first.
So,
You can manually change the numbers.
Gary on.
Well,
Got 3.
3.08 according to this.
That sucks.
I've got 9.1.
You got 9.1.
15.0. So 15 for normal people.
Oh, we'll do that one.
Galbrack. Just roll me a d20, either on roll 20 or on something else.
So everyone that's on roll 20, do you use D&D Beyond for your character? Yeah.
Yeah.
What browsers are you using?
Google Chrome.
Is that the same for both of you?
Yeah, they're all the
Yeah.
same thing.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Cool. If you just download whilst we're playing the extension called D&D Beyond. Sorry. Roll
Beyond 20.
Beyond 20. That's it. So
Yeah,
it's
got
just an extension on Chrome, and then when you click the red buttons on your character sheet, it'll roll on roll 20 for you. As long as your name for your character is exactly the same. Oh, 1 second. Matt's done this on the fly, so you won't have some of the options yet. Never mind. I take it back.
You can
Ignore
still,
me.
you can still do the roll.
Was roll.
No, I can't. I do a physical roll of a dice. That's all I can do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Just do your rolls on roll 20 and shout them out as best way.
And don't forget your dexterity modifier for your initiative.
Yeah. Yes, I'm 9.1. Sorry.
17.
15 was that?
17.
17, even better.
And then.
Oh, what's that? What's my proficiency?
You can put the
initiative.
decimal points on the turn.
Unnatural
That's what I
20
meant,
for
sorry.
Azrath.
Natural 20.
Unnatural.
Unnatural, nice. I'll keep track of decimal points if we get the same numbers.
Yeah, I know it.
Everyone's using D&D Beyond.
What's really
Actually,
good, once you've done the turn order once,
Mm.
when you come to update it again, because you already got the decimal points again, you just update the number and keep the decimal points. in
Nice.
it, So
Okay, so that's our turn order.
Roll it on there.
Just get the rats.
because we're all shared in the campaign. Which is what we're going to start doing. I'm going to start looking at that in the campaign. We're doing because I've seen some sneaky. Oh, roll again.
I've seen it a couple of times and just like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Only crap Durnan's got a decent amount of HP.
I know sometimes I hit twice because I'm like, didn't do anything, and then you get like 6 all at once on roll 20, and I'm like,
Well, I think it's always the first one you look at that 20 in there.
yes,
What I really like about the mini, by the way, of the
Mhm.
of what's his chops is he's literally in exactly that position. He's
On the bar. Nice.
Okay. Yep.
So I get spell dying as a standard racial trait.
Durnan's pretty good, isn't he?
Hunter's mark as well as a racial trait. So
It's 2, right.
straight up.
You just love your warlocks, don't
I
you?
do. I can't get away from it. It just makes you arranged. You don't have to worry about anything else.
Barman's pretty good.
Yeah, the barman's sick.
He's not here though, sadly.
Well, not for this fight.
I think he's there in case you start trouble in the bar.
No, we've got a mummy for that.
Oh yeah, in our campaign, we rescued a mummy from a coffin,
Oh dear.
and I befriended him, and now he's the bar manager of a bar that we.
What's it
took
called?
over.
What's the
Nice.
bar called?
It's called
Right.
the White Moose at the Ramshackle
In.
Nice.
Inn. And I'm hoping to open a chain because the current village
It's
we're in.
currently laying all the groundwork
Yeah,
out.
there's I'm
Really
building a
painstaking.
franchise.
I got some really bad news for how this campaign goes, by the
Yeah.
way, Spider.
Uh,
So, we have our turn order. Azarth, you are quick off the mark as these rats come up the stairs. These rats are about the size of a Springer Spaniel.
Oh.
So they bounce when they bite.
Yep, the giant rats bounce when they bite. Yes, you in the corner.
He's an elephant. Is he not scared of the rats?
It's not a mouse.
Just saying.
Like,
All of a
considering
sudden
elephants are
jumps
scared
up.
of mice and he's smaller
Common
than an elephant and the rats are
misconception,
bigger
sir.
than a mouse, that would be pretty scary.
Common
the-
misconception.
Do you want
We've all seen
the
Dumbo, it's definitely true.
I've seen factual information.
Sorry, say that again, Azarth.
The third one down, one right at the bottom, I use my cantrip of infestation.
Okay.
Ooh, I like cantrip, that sounds...
You're gonna give it.
Is that like cockroaches coming out of his eyes and stuff?
No,
You're gonna turn it into a plague rat.
the rat has to make a constitution
It's getting a
saving
bit
throw.
bubonic.
Constitution saving throw.
Quick, everyone, put your masks on.
I'm going to do a plague doctor.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you seen one of the new
no.
Toast Towers?
It has rolled a 9.
It fails.
Failed.
So it takes 1d6 poison damage.
Okay, would you like to roll that for me?
Yeah, it's
Do it.
yeah, we're not there. 1d6.
What?
What did you roll?
You take 5 damage, and now I've got to roll a d4 because your rat now goes in either one of 4 directions, 5 feet, either north, east, or west, depending what I roll.
Behind me.
He could be about to jump off the ledge.
Yeah, it could be.
Also, we all know I'm gonna help
So what, 3 or 4?
Goes north.
He goes 5 feet north.
Ah.
Okay, so it's. I'm going to put it back here.
Yeah, that'll do. The next turn.
Okay. Telecook is next.
I walk up and slap him with my great axe.
That one there.
Easy.
Go on then.
That's a
Roll the hit.
slap. So it's a slap, not a chop.
Oh no, it's like a golf club.
Oh right, nice. You're trying to knock him off.
So that would be an unnatural 20.
Okay, that hits.
Definitely didn't think we'd be reenacting Happy Gilmore right now.
In memory of Chubb.
Is that your damage?
I want to try and basically put him. It was the hope.
How much damage was your total? 3?
8
8.
plus 5.
Followed by a cry of "Get back in your home!"
The rat goes sailing off the top of the cliff for a good distance. I mean, it's got to be a good 400 yards before breaking through a window and angering the man living in the suburban house at the end of the road.
And then, if you get the shot right, you can hit his wife.
Attempt number 2.
Altman, you're second.
If you click the little arrow
Oh,
pointing
no,
right,
Tell
it'll
who
take
is
the
it?
next person
Tell
off the
Toggle
top,
speed.
put them at the bottom.
Oh, is he? Sorry. He said second, that's
There
what
you
he
go.
did.
Nice.
So I'm going, surprisingly, given that I'm a warlock,
I wonder
I'm
what you're
going
going to do.
fire.
Sorry,
an
can I
eldritch-
duck? Can I just duck? Whenever he's about to go, I'm just going to duck. Wherever I am, whatever
Yeah.
he's doing, I am ducking.
So when I do the Eldritch Blast, I do it in this way where I twist my hands round and then go, duck then,
Ah, Duncan.
duck then. Which informs the person in front of me to get down out of the way as I fire an Eldritch Blast.
Sounds
at
like a
the rats.
Yorkshireman trying to warn his mate that a duck's coming.
It's duck then.
Right, roll your hit.
I rolled an 8.
So what does that come with your pluses?
No,
Or is that total?
that's total.
I reckon it's a good job
Okay.
people are
It
ducking.
missed. Those rats
There is a
Dragonborn
the
right in front of
dwarf
you.
stood
No.
the other side of the fireplace, ducks instinctively. The Loxodon doesn't move, and there is a very flourished casting of an Eldritch Blast that just whistles over the head of the giant rat.
It's a
Because you're
warning
used to
shot.
aiming at you're used to aiming at people's chests.
Yeah.
But the rat's down there somewhere.
Yeah. So like, oh yeah. So, fuck.
Yeah, you forgot to do a low attack.
That's me.
You forgot to hold the down button.
Yes.
Right, now
You
the
did that
rats.
thing where you keep pressing jump by accident. You just stuck on.
Why would it work?
They're both just going to attack the turtle.
Yeah, go for it. Bring it.
It's going to have a good AC, this turtle, isn't it?
They're both actually doing the reaction.
Yeah.
Isn't one of the turtle's defences they can just roll into its shell and hide?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can, with a bonus action, Oh no, as an action, I can jump into my shell and get +4 to AC.
That's nice.
AC without 16
Okay.
as default.
The first rat has rolled a 19.
Oh dear.
My
The
entire
19 hits,
18.
14 doesn't.
The rats have advantage if there's a friend within 5 feet, so each rat rolls twice if it's the highest.
Oh,
These rats are pretty strong.
We don't see the rolls, by the way, just so you know.
I don't know.
So we don't know what just happened with the rolls.
Oh, you don't? Lovely.
Because you were talking about advantage and stuff, but we don't see anything.
He's
me-
better.
Yeah, the GM's rolls
And then the second rat gets a 16.
okay, the first rat hits, the second rat doesn't.
Okay, you take 4 damage.
Okay, sounds good to me.
And then it is Growlbrack.
Which
Oh, shit.
makes me angry. And I will run over. I don't know why it's not giving me it in a certain way to select it, but I'll do that in a second.
Cheeky and have a Pepsi, please.
Yeah, sure.
I say cheeky, it's my Pepsi, but cheeky as in asking you to pass me it.
Have either of these two rats been hit?
Yeah, the one stood directly in front of the turtle is looking real bad.
So I'm going to run to this spot here.
I can't see the screen
I'm
from here.
basically one space down from the turtle.
One space down there.
Yeah. And then I'm going to chop the one in front of the turtle first
Okay.
with my battle axe.
Roll.
Yeah, go on, let's do it properly.
Oh,
It's a 14. It's going to be... Well, it might be.
14.
14 hits.
Boom. Damage is 1d10 plus 3 because it's two-handed.
It's dead.
Oh, cool. That I'm going to use my
So
action
it's
surge.
It's only on 2 health.
I'm going to use my action surge.
1 second. Having seen the joy the turtle had, the dwarf runs up and just boots the second rat off the side.
Yeet!
Like, I mean, this is Airbud scoring a field goal boot.
He shoots, he scores!
Which good! And then you say you're going to go for the action surge.
Thinking about it, I'm going to save the action surge 'cause I feel like we've got this under control.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is now Garion.
Cool. I'm going to cast stay where I am and cast guiding bolt. at it.
Sorry. Can I move one space down just to kind of give a route in for
Like that.
people? Yeah, please.
Okay.
And now I'm just going to cast guiding bolt at it,
Okay, guiding bolt.
which is a natural 20.
Boom. That's what we like to see.
Okay,
Could
so
have
what
waited
your,
for later for that.
what's the guiding bolt damage? 46.
4d6, yeah.
Roll your damage.
Is that a spell or
I
a cantrip?
concur, he's
So-
not lying.
What?
Is that a spell or a cantrip?
Cantrip.
Cantrip.
Well,
Yeah. So are you wanting how we're doing
Real?
crits on this? Is it?
Just roll your damage and double the result.
That's
Oh.
what you're doing, cool. Whoa.
I like to go for simple. Woof.
14 damage.
No, ignore
That's-
that.
no, that's
ignore
inflict
that. I
wounds.
clicked the wrong one. I clicked inflict wounds by accident.
I love how because we're all in the same room, you just hear every machine go blip 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 blip.
He did more damage. He did 17
I think
damage.
Oh.
The rat
Double that.
explodes.
Double that.
Glad I stepped away.
I don't know if any of you have ever put rubber bands around a watermelon.
I'm seeing
Oh.
it.
Picture that combined with the largest flashbang any of you have ever seen.
Wait, and that's just a
The only-
cantrip.
That's a cantrip.
Why
the
the hell
only-
have you got that? What the
No.
fuck?
Guiding bolt.
It's a cantrip,
Is it?
I think.
I thought it was always a spell.
It's a level 1.
Oh no,
Sacred Flame
I
is the
was on the
cantrip.
wrong screen.
Yeah.
Take
Sacred
it off
Flame
then.
is the cantrip.
Take
But
it off. 'Cause
either way, you've killed it.
Yeah, it's dead.
It's very dead.
that's
the
most
only thing
overpowered
left-
cantrip
I was
I've
gonna-
ever
I did
seen.
think, like,
The
I
only
thought I was
thing,
gonna
the only
build
thing
it.
left of the rat's presence is a small smoking smear on the ground, and as you all stand and look, having regained your vision, a single rat's foot into the centre of the circle.
Can I take it as a lucky charm?
bitch, please.
That was a waste.
You
of
can
spell
take
slot.
it as a
I was
lucky
reading
charm
right.
if you
It was
want.
like- I was in actions, not in spells, so it doesn't say.
I'm assuming that the end of the foot was seared by the explosion, so it's not bleedy.
It's alright.
When you say cauterized, I mean it was vaporized.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, like, there's not like a foot just bleeding a
Yes.
little bit. Yes. Okay, cool. So I just sort of wrap some string around it and make it into sort of like the equivalent of a keychain.
Okay.
I'm
You
sorry.
you have your lucky rat's foot.
Hey, I have a lucky rat's foot. There we go. Or an unlucky rat's foot, depending on your point of view, really.
Now,
The rat was unlucky.
The foot's lucky.
with the rats being dead, do you still wish to proceed down the stairs?
Yes.
Okay. Do-do-do-do.
After a long rest, so I can get that back.
The stairs are only one person wide, so you're going to have to go one at a time. So I'm going to need a marching order.
I will volunteer to be pretty close to the front just because of the nature of who I am and what.
I'll
Okay.
happily be at the front and.
I'll go back slowest.
Okay.
I'll be back in the middle. Back centre in the middle of the
You're
stairs.
squishiest one too.
I'm probably the least squishy.
What's your AC?
18.
Yeah, we're definitely at the front. breakfast.
Do-do-do-do-do.
I'm in
So,
exactly the
I'll
same.
be the
That's our marching order down the stairs.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah?
I was trying to figure out how to describe where I was.
Also,
going,
I
but
imagine
everyone
a
got
big
arm at the
fuck
front,
off
middle, and the back.
elephant.
I'm like, the bit in between.
An 8-foot tall elephant man.
And then a
Would probably
3 foot
look
tall dwarf is like, yeah, same,
quite
same,
intimidating.
but different, but still same.
But the dwarf guy's at the front. You
I
said.
wanted to be, but apparently I'm not.
Oh no, you
Stop
can be
him
at the
over.
front.
I want the
So you can
idea
see
of
it.
like this dwarf being like, I'm really intimidated. And
Then
this
behind
big
us,
fuck
we
up.
just every now and again, go,
No, I could pick you up. I can pick things up with
yeah,
a
if I'm a
truck.
dwarf, I wouldn't like that.
No.
I'd make that very, very
Hey,
clear.
You should never
In-
toss a dwarf.
No inappropriate touching of this dwarf.
Toss me. Don't you tell him.
Nobody tosses a dwarf unless it's consensual after they're married.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you
haven't seen
come,
Lord of the Rings, tough.
as you
I
come
think
down
I've
to the
seen
next
watching this.
section, the stairs sort of switch back down the side of the chasm, and there's another landing, so to speak.
Is there anything on the landing?
There is a view. As you come down the stairs and the sun rises to shine into the chasm, a fortress emerges from the darkness. The subterranean citadel, though impressive, is long forgotten, in need of repair and run down. If the lightless windows, cracked crenellations, and leaning towers are any indication, it's also not very well inhabited. All is quiet, though a cold breeze blows up from below, bringing with it the scent of dust and a faint trace of rot.
I'm cracking on. I want to kill some goblins.
You.
Unless anyone has a reason not to let me out. Well, actually, I'm leading, so yeah, I'm just almost jogging. I'm like in goblin killing mode.
Skipping.
That rat made
I'm
me
off to kill
bloodthirsty.
some goblins.
Yeah, exactly like that.
2 stairs at a time. He's down.
Okay,
Do
so
that thing, you know, where they on the steps where you put your feet.
Now,
right.
doing the Michael McIntyre, I just swing because it makes you
Yeah.
feel like you're walking quicker.
the rest of the trip down is...
Oh, that's
The
fine.
physical trip.
You trip. Roll a dice, you trip, you fall down there.
You get to another
I'll
landing.
stand out.
Okay.
You get to another landing.
You may have to move the view a little bit because we don't see the next landing. Just so you know.
You do.
Oh, you mean that one?
Screen.
Sorry, we're
Yeah.
yeah, it's that one. We couldn't see that one.
Oh,
You
so
get to the next landing.
Can if I move it.
Oh, is it you? Right.
And
Forget that you got control
I
of
would
this.
like, please, investigation rolls
Ooh,
from
oh,
every
oh.
member of the party.
Every member.
Investigation.
7.
Yeah. Do yours first.
No, that
My
was
investigation roll too.
20.
I'm just going to look over the
I
edge.
got an natural 20 for 19.
Oh, nice. It rolled it with advantage, Sid. That's why I rolled 2.
Why do I get?
I don't know.
How did I
You just get the
advantage
first
for that?
roll if you don't have advantage. It's a
I got-
setting you
I
can
got-
select. Man.
I wonder if it's.
Let's see focus.
Still.
You get minus 1. Yeah.
Just Robin for drink.
Is it? But if you actually change character, then you have advantage in.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud.
Oh!
Swing. No.
22.
You too. Natural 20.
No, 22. Not natural.
I'll get hooks and accents, please.
Is there none of the bottle water?
Oh,
So,
I don't know.
who rolled highest then? Matt, what did you roll, mate?
I got a 10 in total. I rolled the 4.
I got nat for a total of 19.
Nat 20 on Tom was good.
It rolled a with advantage because I get it with checks that involve smell, so it just did it.
No, smell does apply to this.
Right.
So that's good for me to know. Thank you.
That's
Ah.
why it did it. Because of my trunk.
God, I need an elephant character. I want to reroll my characters.
Tabaxi are also quite
Lion
good.
one.
Lion girls.
Yeah.
Oh.
I spotted that one in the
So,
recent book.
turns out I did
Oh
get.
man, I'll have that.
Turns out I did get.
Yeah, I was
Because
just
you
saying.
were-
Oh, I didn't know you heard. Yeah.
So,
I didn't hear, but I was just saying.
Yeah, it's
probably
because it's a smell. check.
So I didn't know what happened because I rolled badly. So
Just like,
So what did I
Tom,
actually
just to
roll
make sure,
then?
you are Telcook, aren't you?
Yes.
Because your natural walking posture is lower to the ground than even the dwarf,
I have no idea why I even rolled.
because of your hunched nature of your shell, you are the first to spot footprints on this landing.
22.
Oh, you're on that choice.
They are very quickly spotted by the half-orc
Where's the repute on the table?
once he sees you
Sorry.
looking at the ground.
oh, I did it as an investigation, not survival for footprints.
Investigation.
Oh right,
That's what the book says.
cool. I've always done it wrong.
The footprints are only noteworthy by the fact that, let me look. Yeah, everybody in this party except the Gith has very wide feet. Because of the nature of Gith, they have rather long feet, whereas the footprints you've found are quite narrow, but roughly human in length.
But
Therefore-
narrower than human.
Narrow,
Yeah.
Narrower than dwarf, narrower than turtle, narrower than elephant, locked it on. But not as long as Gith. So these footprints were either left by humans or some form of elf.
Oh, goblin.
But would we say fully grown human or?
To be fair, they look like marching boots. They looked like soldiers of some sort, or maybe even just adventurers of some sort.
Drop that.
Are they going down the stairs or up the stairs?
They are going down the stairs.
Yeah.
There is also an awful lot of little paw prints, about the same size as the foot hanging from Altma's neck.
I'll peer over the edge. I'm peering down over this ravine. Like directly down.
It's
steep,
dark.
A steep. I've got dark vision. Not dark vision.
Yeah, but the contrast of the lights messes with dark vision. I know, because I got caught out with that.
Can I just? Okay. In that case, I will lie down on my front and look down, so that my eyes can acclimatise to the darkness.
What you can see is at the bottom of the stairs there is some form of courtyard. It was almost certainly the sort of parade yard when it was all above ground.
Okay.
But now it seems to be some form of courtyard, outdoor area. It's a bit tough to see.
Is it still loose
Perfectly.
when you say so?
But there's no people or things for me to see.
No,
Not that you can make out. There is
I'm not fussed.
possibly some signs of movement,
Keep thinking
but that
maybe
could
that.
just be, because even dark vision is not perfect, that could just be some bits of rock that you can't quite make out because it's quite a distance away.
Okay.
Yeah,
So there's nothing to definitely tell me there's something nearby moving.
Nothing immediate. The footprints aren't exactly fresh, but they are undisturbed, so nothing's been down since the footprints have been left.
Okay. I'll just let everyone know that I can see what looks like a courtyard. Shall we crack on?
Yeah.
Does anyone have any
Let's
reason
do it.
we don't want to carry on before I start skipping off to kill some goblins?
Keep going.
I'm
Hi
skipping
ho, hi
again.
ho, it's off to kill
Hi
you.
ho, hi ho.
And with that, you get to the bottom of the stairs, supposedly.
I'll have to ask Sid to get in on that.
There you go. That's it. That's a really expensive map for 3 landings and some stairs.
Wow. Cool.
Good, some good
And
stairs.
I am still skipping down those stairs.
Right. I need to get the right bit of this sorted out. There we go. Do.
Such a cool spell.
Nice. Yeah. Very useful. Does it count as
Okay,
magic
now
points
if I'm
as
doing
well?
this right,
I don't know. I think because it would be your actual weapons damage.
Whatever it is.
there might be some bits of this that are
That's a bonus action.
overly revealed. Give me a second.
The last run hour.
one thing you can also do, if it's going to save you some time, is do a selection box.
Yep.
Copy and paste the tokens over if you like.
It specifically says,
Okay. Well, I'll do it in a minute.
Not that you have to, just so you know you can.
specifically says bludgeoning, piercing, slashing. And that's not that, so clear you know. I'm just going to go.
Right. Let's pull the players onto this bit. See if you can see everything.
No, because it says a weapon attack.
I'm hoping you can't.
Yeah, but it could be.
Can't see anything.
Yeah. Give me a
could be
second.
flaming
Boom.
arrows.
It's got full.
Made it paid for now. You can only have 3 without paying now.
What's that?
This sort of thing that we're using. Now more people are using it than they might hear.
Okay.
How much
I've
effort?
shifted you guys to this map. Is it just taking a while to catch up?
Is it the
Yeah.
dark vision again?
But you can have as many as you like.
Because that's turned off manually.
Whereas I can only have 3 reactions.
I think
It's all still black. Why am I? I just reveal it again.
Changes.
That's what it is.
Oh, that's sad.
Reveal
No.
that bit.
Thing's still very strong. Oh, that's why. It's a range weapon.
Yeah. There's some cool things you can do with like mystical whips when I was using. I did in mine or special whipper.
Do-do.
Cool things 10 feet or make them move 10 feet.
Yeah.
Right. It's just taking a minute to catch up. Just give me a second.
Yeah, we can do it. So,
Fucking hit, so
Basically, you get. I'll read you the box text whilst we're waiting for the map to catch up, shall we?
But do something interesting with the weapons.
me and Matthew get to it.
There you go.
So many people.
There we go, it's doing something.
30 different weapons. Yeah. Something like that.
Yep.
You can see this, yes, folks?
You can see something, yeah. Like a bit of a landing area.
You have found the courtyard. What's up?
Can I pinch that cable a bit? The white one?
That one.
Yes.
Plug and everything.
No, just the cable. I've got nothing else. Thank you.
So, the narrow stairs empty onto a small courtyard. Apparently, the top of what was once a crenellated
I
battlement.
told you, a courtyard.
The buried citadel has sunk so far into the earth that only the battlements at the top of the towers are now level with the surrounding floor. That floor stretches away to the north and south, composed of a layer of treacherous, crumbled masonry, which reaches to an unknown depth. To the west looms the surviving structure of what must be the citadel. A tower stands on the far west side of the courtyard.
So we're going towards the tower, yeah? So we're
Yes.
going that way.
So, yes, let me see if I can get an arrow. Boom. I should be able to.
This seems pretty obvious. I'm just
Basically,
making sure 'cause-
you guys want to go that way
Yeah. So
to the opposite corner.
again, I'm happy to be at the front unless anyone wants to change the order. But I think we had the order.
Yeah,
before,
I'll be near the front as well. Can be.
Well, as
I'll be
you
near the front. Can be. Because I'm a tank as well.
Azrath is staying in the middle. I'd be squishy.
You are, however, assaulted by a rat as you disturb it from its slumber, stepping into its courtyard.
Who else deal with the little shit?
I cast my cantrip of Minds to the. It's so creepy.
Okay,
Why?
What's it doing?
what does it do?
The target must. I drive a disorientating spike of psychic energy into the mind of one creature I can see. The target must succeed on an intelligence saving throw.
It's gonna be one smart one.
Intelligence saving throw.
Yep.
For a rat.
Does it say anything else about if it doesn't have an intelligence of at least 4 something?
No. It just says make an intelligence saving throw.
Yeah.
The target must succeed on an intelligence saving throw. Take 1d6 psychic damage.
Yeah, there's no minimum intelligence.
Alright, cool. A lot of those, there is like a...
I roll a 9.
A 9. Alright, so you take 1d6 psychic damage.
3.
And
3 psychic
must-
damage.
you must subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes.
Minus 1d4. Okay.
Sweet.
Just a creepy spell. Mind slither.
Yeah. I said he's Voldemort. He has creepy
It's
spells.
just creepy.
Telcook is next.
Um, I just fucking slap him with my hand. So I got claws, so I just fucking backhand him.
Okay. Roll your attack.
I nearly killed the party the week because of that.
Oh,
I
no.
had to, like, just grab-
Surprisingly not.
He
Ooh.
died. I was like,
Okay, as you swing your backhand to lazily get rid of this rat,
Oh,
you
shit.
feel a sharp sting in your hand. It turns out the rat doesn't take too kindly to that sort of treatment. And you take... Well, let's roll the attack. Let's not just...
Have we rolled initiative?
No, it's
No, we're on the
it's
same initiative.
Okay.
15, does that hit you?
Nope.
So its teeth gnash on your tough skin, but don't break. It's more like a nip than an actual bite.
Okay. My shell can actually see 17s.
Okay, Altman. Alan.
I am going to... does this rat look particularly bigger than the other rats, or is it pretty much the same?
Literally, it's just another giant rat.
Okay, so I'm going to use my whip.
Okay.
Dog-sized rat.
17.
Sorry, spell 17.
No, I've used my whip.
Yeah.
Now
I
what's your
rolled a
name,
17.
Hits.
And damn it, you stole my joke.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know.
And I'm going to use my whip to fling the rat into the air
Okay.
Whilst your names.
while I nene. Thanks for ruining my joke.
Okay, we are now playing some furry rodent version of clay pigeon shooting, but
Yep.
the rat,
Pull!
the rat is in the rat has been yeeteth.
Damage to the rat in that was, sorry, I forgot to roll it, 2.
It's not very effective.
No, the whip is not, but it's going to be quite cool. If
It's
someone
yeeted
can
it.
use
The
It's going
rat
in the air.
has been yeeteth.
So it's just in the air currently.
Yes.
Oh,
The rat
oh
on
my next.
the rat on its turn is going to fall
Ah.
See? Clever.
and take falling damage, which will splat the rat.
Finished it off.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you entertainingly kill a rat. With a whip that can do 2 damage.
I do a little golf clap.
You don't even shout 4.
Well, there's only 1.
Okay, guys.
Indiana Jones.
You have defeated the rat of the courtyard.
Oh my god, that's what the purple hat is.
Oh my
It's a
God.
purple Indiana Jones hat. That's what I'm going
A
for.
wide-brimmed fedora.
Yeah, that's what we got.
In front of you is a door. Adorable door.
Is it
closed?
I checked
It
if
is
it's locked.
closed.
I'm going to go up and whilst
Ooh.
checking the lock, I'm also just going to check the stonework around it and see if anything stands out. And I've got stone cunning.
Okay.
Don't make me fireball the door.
I'm trying to save.
Are you going to stone cunning the door?
I'm the brickwork because it's the brickwork. Is
Okay.
what I'm basically looking at the origin of it. I'm considering proficient in the history, skill. I've double the. So basically, I just want to understand: is it well made? Who made it? Is there any tricks to getting the door open? Type. Is it like a standard? I don't know. What can I tell from it? I guess I need to roll anyway. So.
I believe stone cunning is just a wisdom, like an investigation check, but you get advantage because it's
I get double my proficiency
okay.
to the check.
Okay.
So, history. It's not going to be as good as I was hoping. It's a 10 plus double my proficiency, so 14.
14. You run your hands as you've been taught because if there are any bricks sticking out, they could be hiding a lock, or they could be used to open a door of some sort. Likewise, you're also feeling the texture of the bricks, because if a brick is made from a different type of clay or has a different pattern moulded on it, that could be an indicator of a secret door. Likewise, you're looking for any bits of mortar that are a bit too wide, because they could be concealing access to a device of some sort, trap, trigger, blow dart, anything like that. It all comes up clean. You know what to do. You know what stone is. You're a dwarf,
Yeah.
and this comes up clean.
Okay. So just a door.
I pushed the door open.
Now, can I use Mage Hand to open the door from a distance?
You absolutely can.
Is the door more than £5?
And locked or not.
It's
It's probably going to be more important than the weight of the door.
It's like, I pushed the door. I used my hand. Okay.
The door is not locked. It is a little bit resistant, but it's just heavy, if that makes sense.
I really use Mage Hand though.
It doesn't.
It's like they're going, look what my mage had whilst he leans on the door to get it started.
I would like.
Oh, you do it quite well.
I would like you to roll me a perception check.
Who?
The one opening the door, Azaf.
As enough perception, yep, give me a sec. Where's the die? That one.
Oh no, he died instantly.
11 plus perception. 15.
Okay. You only notice it because it isn't there. Despite the door being heavy, the actual hinges move suspiciously well. Almost like they're oiled.
Why don't you use Mage Hand?
Well, the question would be, why are the hinges oiled in an abandoned fortress?
Like an ancient fortress and there's, intact.
Better safe than sorry. What do we say? Total power.
Oh,
What do you see in the room?
No, we've got the elephant man. Use him to pick you up in his trunk and fling you through the door with total power.
We've said before, no one tosses a dwarf or a turtle. Is it turtles?
It's a
Can we
turtle.
try turtles?
That sounds like an awesome thing. It would be to use him as a missile.
I don't mind it.
He's become a Bowser shell. He has
We-
become one.
We actually had this in a campaign with a Goliath paladin
Yeah.
and a halfling barbarian. And at least once a fight, the Goliath would just pick up the halfling and just throw it. And the halfling would just axes out until it landed. That then changed when the halfling barbarian died and the same player wanted to run a gnome ranger instead. He erected a sort of howdah on the Goliath's shoulders, little platform, and just used it as an archery platform in the middle of the fight. It was great until they came up against an ogre who just smashed it off. But yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I wish I'd thought of it.
I don't mind using total power, but maybe we walk through
Total
the door.
power.
Maybe we walk through the door first.
Make an
To be
entrance.
fair, we
I
came
walked
up with
through
shell
the
shock,
door.
didn't we?
It's alright. Me and Alan played in a campaign where we both played Turtles, and we actually worked out with the DM what a shell shock would be, where you bash them with your shells from both sides.
How much damage?
It was like the equivalent of rolling one unarmed attack with advantage and plus something he worked out for the
Yeah.
shells.
That was quite cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good. We killed at least one goblin with it.
I'm hoping to kill more.
So,
That sounds like a challenge.
the door
Sorry.
to the tower opens. As I said, suspiciously well oiled door.
Who did the poo?
No one's done the poo.
It looks like a poo.
It does look like
What you can see in front of you is a circular area with cracked granite flooring. There are several goblin bodies spread out.
They're dead or alive dead?
Two on top of each other to be precise. In
are
line
they
of sight.
Walk
They
through
are
them.
just dead.
Oh, okay.
If I'm seeing dead goblins, I want
is
to
a
get through
dead
that door
goblin.
ASAP. I'm
You
just,
cannot see anything else through this crack of the door
I'm
without
making
entering
my
the
way
room.
through
He's
the
just
door.
sleeping.
Are you going to Leroy
This is a
Jenkins?
dead
it?
goblin.
I'm Leroy Jenkins.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd
it's
go
not set up yet.
straight in.
It's not set up yet.
Right,
Yeah, I thought I'd go through the door.
so
I need to be on that computer to set it up.
Galbrax's going in.
We're going to have it go. Leroy Jenkins.
I go
Galbrax,
with
you're
him.
going in?
I follow him.
I'm stepping in. I see dead goblins. I want to get in there and finish the job.
Right, so Galbrax gets in the door.
If they're dead, what do you mean?
Let's
by
have you all lined
There's
up.
gonna be more
Who's
than one.
next
Okay.
through the door?
I'll go next. I'll cook.
I'll get to see what's in there now.
No.
I'm either be
I'll
friends.
drop it third.
I'm either going to be
Go in.
friends with the thing that's killed
That's
killed
fine.
the goblins.
Who's after Tell Cook, guys?
Azrath.
Who? Oh,
Azrath. There you are. Ah, right.
Voldemort.
Azrath steps forward,
Voldemort, Voldemort, Voldemort.
and this bit of flooring in front of you
Yep.
collapses.
Oh, what?
Yay.
What happened? Who did? Where?
The building collapsed. I'm in it.
Oh, thanks for the canvases, by the way.
Azrath. Azarth,
Yep.
even, sorry.
He
I need a
nodded.
dexterity
I'll say
check
that as
from
a
you,
yes.
Azarth. Or, and this is where my slightly more story focus comes in.
Sorry, I'm going to check something with you.
Yes.
The walls just collapsed.
No, the floor.
Oh, mine.
Okay.
Cool.
Or, if you can give me a role play of how you get out of this that I like, I might let you auto pass the check.
Alright, let me just get to my description myself.
Is it the whole floor that where I'm stood is just going to go down?
There's sort of the floor is covered in flagstones, essentially, And as Azar stepped forward, the flagstone that he's put his foot on and the one next to it have both swung open, like opposite trapdoors,
So
to
I
reveal a
didn't set
pit.
it off, but he did. So it's
No,
like a
because
weight.
you went round to the wall.
Oh, I see.
As I'm about to fall, I whip out my quarterstaff quickly and I wedge it into two corners of the wall, and I swing myself like pole vault style back up and land.
That's pretty different.
Quite like that.
Sounds like some kind of
That's what
acrobatic.
just room. So,
Follow
I was gonna use my
the
whip.
gymnastics.
Pulling, but he got a bit crazy.
I'll go for my axe.
we also have
And my
the half orc has flicked his whip out for you to hold on
all
with
right.
the other hand.
Alright.
Probably whip that. To see me whip. Let's see me nay.
And despite having no training, this suspiciously Cirque de BDSM performance,
Can't better
Wow.
day.
And I'm offering my battle axe, by the way, as well at
works
the same time.
as all your various compatriots offer something for you to grab onto.
So it becomes harder because
Combined with that
way.
and your pole, you manage to avoid stepping onto the steel
So
spikes.
let's
in this
do the thing.
concealed pit.
I have got my whip out, and he has got his pole out, and
And I've
he's
got my battle axe
tugging
out.
on both of them.
Yeah.
While he's swinging his battle axe about.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah.
As long as we know what's going on.
I got
Don't be getting too excited on me now.
Well, it just gives you more to grab onto.
You might end up pre-casting.
Oh.
Eldritch Blast.
Oh no, I'm out. I'm out of spell slots.
That's a new one, isn't it? No more. Not tonight. I've got a headache. But not tonight. I'm at spell slots.
Oh, I'm keeping that one.
But then, of course, you can't get cross because you're laughing.
So
too
would you
hard.
argue that then, when you're like a kid, that's a higher?
So yes,
spell
you
slot?
managed to avoid the pit
Yep.
through the combined effort of your friends.
Sex is
Friends in air quotes.
baking And not
Yeah.
trying to make it.
And then you can line up. You can now line up avoiding the pit. It is. Let me see if I can reveal that. Actually, it should be.
Guys, behind me, there's a pit there. Avoid it.
You say you won't be able to reveal it currently because someone stood above it.
There you go. You should be able to see it now. It's a red T.
Oh, that
Yeah.
one. Ah.
Oh, where am I on this map? Am I literally in front of it?
Yeah, you're about to stand
You
up.
were about to stand
You're
up.
there with your whip out going.
Oh, I'm
So-
going to take a step to the
Right.
right.
Okay.
Just to jump.
You keep your knees in tight.
That keeps my knees in tight.
We now have Loxodon. Are you going to follow them in?
I'll follow around, but obviously avoiding the.
And Direct's still here. He had a bit of a chuckle when Azarth nearly fell down.
Dickheads.
It's been oddly silent.
Is he quite a good fighter?
You know a little bit of his legend, and he is rumoured to be an excellent
Cool.
shot with a longbow.
Oh, we want him at the back anyway. Perfect. Covering the rear guard. Has he got a bow with him? Good. Has he got arrows?
He is dressed like an Aragorn-style ranger. He has sort of a green cloak, leather armour,
I'm just checking
Couple
we've
of
got someone at the
daggers.
back with ranged weapon who
couple
has
of daggers,
actually got
quiver,
weapons.
longbow.
Just something with a
Yeah.
dagger.
Yeah. I can throw it once, but
Then we have
then
an
I'm
issue.
stuck.
Could you? This is just a general question. Could you tie a piece of rope to a dagger and just have a
Keep
dagger?
throwing it like boomerang dagger. Like your version of like a bat thing when they're on the ring, not bat.
I mean,
Grapple.
yeah, grapple wing.
I like your thinking.
Grapple.
The back grapple.
What's it called? The back.
Oh, there was no more goblins to kill. I really thought there would be.
They're already
Oh.
dead.
I thought.
Two of them died shagging.
I'm going straight to the goblins and checking them and seeing if I recognise the types of goblins they are and any.
Okay.
Dead. They're dead
information.
goblins.
Yeah,
So-
but I would probably recognise. There's lots of
It's
types
a
of
dead
goblins.
goblin.
Goblins know those dead ones.
Definitely a dead goblin.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some more
So-
over here.
You're going to the goblins to check if they're dead. There's several more goblins scattered around the room that you couldn't see from your original.
I'm going to the
sight.
one that's most.
Dead.
No, the one that's got like the most to
Most
it.
intact.
Like most intact.
The most
the most
intact.
information for me
Count
to
that
get.
will
Can
be
we
this
do
one.
a
over here.
medical check? Because I have spare the dying as a cantrip.
Why do I bring him back to life?
So we can find out what happened. And then kill him again. Then you
The
get to kill the
goblins,
next
they're
one.
not helpful when you bring them back to life. My dwarven
They're
character
either-
doesn't want you to bring a goblin back
Okay.
to life. You
Okay.
can
My
do it.
personal experience of goblins when you talk to them is they're either exceedingly unhelpful but become permanent additions to the party no matter how much the DM hates it, or they get horribly tortured multiple times and you
Die,
worry
then
about
bring
your
it back to life,
players.
then you die, and then bring it
Yeah,
back to life.
I mean, I wasn't going to. I'd done this before. I brought it back to life when I tried some stuff, and they're like, "No, it's useless." I'm like, "Okay, kill him."
The dwarf in me is don't bring a goblin back to life.
All
but
of
that's
these
up to you.
goblins
That is up to
are
you.
long dead enough that even the cleric says nothing he could do.
Okay.
But is there any information I can tell, like what types of goblins these are, or
So-
how they died?
Assuming by that you mean like, are they forest goblins, are they mountain
Yeah,
goblins?
yeah.
So, they are all dressed in variations of hides and leathers.
Okay.
It's not quite as skimpy, I don't know how else to put it, as forest goblins would be.
Okay.
I don't know how else to describe it.
They're not making the Goblin Playboy magazine.
No, this is, for example, your jungle goblins would be wearing this sort of loincloth and a harness with equipment and that on it.
What's the lingerie
Whereas your
goblin?
mountain goblins tend to wear full sleeves and trousers because it's colder in the mountains.
Yeah.
These are dressed like
the
that.
winter wardrobe.
Yeah, these are dressed like that. It's a full outfit. They're obviously from this sort of area. It's a very British sort of outfit.
Okay.
You know, top hat and cane and everything. No.
Monocle.
Good lord, you're a goblin! I don't believe you're an elf.
And how did they die?
So, the one you're checking, the one that is most intact, is the only one that is clear how it died.
Okay.
Because you're checking the body and the head's here.
Okay, cool. Are there any weapons that look like they could have
For those that can't see that,
Anyone who would
about
like
a foot
to
away.
anyone who would like to search the bodies needs to roll me either an investigation check or a perception check. Play a choice.
This isn't for the body. As in, is there any weapons that have like? That's going to be something like a sword or an axe. I'm not going to. It's not going to the body.
Again, it's
So
an
I'm
investigation to look into that.
Into
so
the
I need
room
to-
rather than
Yeah.
the body. Then yes, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So
I'll do it.
I'll intimidate them because that's better.
Yeah, Azrath will do it.
9 from me. When I'm the room, not the goblin.
Pardon me.
I got 19. Checking the goblins.
I got 17 plus 6. 23
Six.
for investigation.
Sorry, say that again, boys.
I got 23
23 and
in total.
Whilst
That was it. It was just you said plus 6.
whilst Altman is investigating that goblin, I am doing the teabagging.
COD.
Yeah. Well,
Did I tell you?
it was on
Phil,
The other day
Right.
we were playing COD, and someone said something vaguely sexually rapey to
sexually
Julia,
rapery.
rapery to Julia.
Rapery.
Then proceeded to call me a racist term for someone of Pakistani descent, and I went, usually Germans are so racially sensitive, not used to this sort of stuff. And then he threatened to rape my grandma and my granddad, and I said, well, good luck. They've both been ashes for a good 20 years.
What kind of community?
I was like,
I was going to say,
the
yeah.
COD community is lovely. But it's the first time I've ever really experienced
Whereas,
that.
combine that with the tournaments that I've been playing.
And he was
online
on
for
our
this-
team.
Compare that even with the tournaments I've been playing for this Game of Thrones stuff, where they're all buying each other tickets to the big event at the end of the year, and I'm like, you're all very nice people.
Aww.
It's really
That's
sweet.
what I mean. I'm just like, don't get me wrong. Most
right,
of the people who
the
play
room.
COD are lovely, but
Those of you that are looking at
I was like,
the
that's
room,
particularly rude.
Yeah.
Yes.
what did you roll? 9.
Just a 9.
Just a
Measly
9.
old 9.
To answer your immediate question, each of these goblins looks like it had some form of axe or scimitar. So any of these goblins could have decapitated the one you were looking at.
Okay.
However, there are too many weapons for the number of bodies in this room.
And do any look
There are
not
4
goblin?
bodies, and there are 6 or 7 weapons, 3 scimitars, and 4 axes. 2 of the axes are very different. The one of which is being still held by a goblin, is a sort of very simple wood with a V split in the middle, stone blade, tied with twine. Sorry, steel blade, tied with twine. The others they seem to be made of bundles of sticks tied together with a stone axe head in them. So they're stone rather than metal. And rather than using a single shaped piece of wood, it's almost like they've just bound whatever they could find together to make a handle.
Okay.
It's like the people of the
Implying
forest.
that
Horrors.
there is something else around that isn't goblins that killed these goblins.
Cool.
Should we just ask our mate, who's our guide here, because he seems very rangery, and this could all be linked.
Anyone who was searching the bodies specifically
Yeah.
finds D6 copper pieces
D6. I'm going to roll a
I'll just
D2.
do it.
Yeah.
Give me a sec. D6.
And if anybody would like a free scimitar,
That's
one of these scimitars is still usable.
I found 4 copper pieces.
Nice. Write them down somewhere so that you know.
Yeah.
Does anyone
What did
want
I
a scimitar? I don't. I'm not fussed about.
If you were
scimitar.
looking at the bodies, Alan,
Yeah.
you get 1d6 copper pieces, and there is a, like I said, there is a single scimitar that is still usable.
Even the dwarf doesn't want goblin gold.
2.
2 copper pieces is better than no copper pieces.
Not when they're goblin copper pieces.
I mean, you'll still starve because food costs 1
You're
silver.
a
But
mildly unpleasant person towards goblins. Is there
I'm a
something
dwarf.
happened to you? Well, yeah.
The
but
dwarves have literally got the most possible hatred towards goblins.
okay. However, you approach Derek with the other axes. You're like, "Do you know what these are?" You told us there was only goblins here.
I assume he looks rangery still, so I'm like, what's going on here?
Hey, I haven't seen some of them in a while, lad. They're like kobold axes. They're always scavenging stuff and doing what they can.
Oh, that's why we got traps. Right, here we go.
And yeah, you know, if there is some kobolds, not to worry, you know, they're just little pests. Fury.
Oh, dragon fuckers.
Awesome.
Fury. Kobolds, Fury.
That I would like to walk around the perimeter of this room with our scouty friend.
Okay.
And I'm just looking for possible entrances, secret entrances, tunnels, anything. I just wonder how many entrances there are in the room and any traps. If I can
Okay.
find any.
I'm assuming you're using your stone cunning.
I will use my stone cunning. I want to tap into his scouting abilities that he might
Okay,
have.
so what I'll say is with your combination of your stone cunning and him helping you,
Yep.
you can roll a perception or investigation check with advantage.
Okay.
You choose and you get advantage.
Awesome. So I get perception, which I'm proficient in. So 3, 4, 5. So plus 5 with advantage. So that is 18.
18 in total. Have you rolled
Yeah.
included your advantage there?
Yeah, that's advantage. It's the 13 and an 11. So 13 plus 5.
Okay, so literally in front of the goblin that you're currently looking at. Let me just do. No, that one. Bubble. That's a little shot. Literally here.
Yep.
On the door, right in front of the goblin body you're looking at.
Yep.
You, as you start walking away and sort of look down the wall using your stone cunning, you can see that one of the blocks protrudes from the rest, only by a fraction of an inch. But it's the only one that protrudes like that. The rest of them are all very well set.
The whole way around the room.
The whole way around the room. So it's almost like someone that knows how to work with stone built this. They're not dwarven.
It's not brilliant, but it's better
For a
than most.
non-dwarven, it's better than most. And this one stone sticking out is odd and shows up all the more from the fact that such care was taken with the rest of the room.
Okay. I'll let everyone know that I believe there's a secret door here, and anyone else can do whatever they would like to do with that information. Before we
Ooh. I'll use mage hand to push the stone.
I'm going to step back if he's going to do that.
Yeah, I'm going to do it from a distance.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I know. I want to get out of the way though, because I'm currently right in front of it.
I'm going to stand behind the elephant man and use mage hand.
So I'm just going to go to that spot there. Can you see where I'm? Oh, you can't see where I'm pointing.
There.
Up one.
There.
There, exactly there. Yeah.
Okay. And our Gith is going to stand behind the elephant man and use it.
Yeah.
I am battle axe, both hands ready.
So the description of mage hand means that it's a bit odd to work out what's going on. It's like trying to use a TV remote when your hand's numb. You can see what's going on, but you can't quite feel it in your hand. I don't know how else to say
I
that.
know exactly
dead
what
hand.
you think.
The
Every
dead
morning.
hand. Yeah. Oh, every morning is it? Every morning, Sid.
Yes, because of my fibromyalgia.
You
It
don't-
takes 6 months to live.
In this instance, yes, I am. I would be making the most of that disability if I was you. You just put your hand in your pocket at exactly the wrong time.
After, oh god, with my next sentence. After a bit of rubbing and tugging, you can work out that if you pull this brick out, it will release some sort of weighted lock behind it.
Let's do it.
You pull the brick out, there is a very quiet shunk of a needle that comes out immediately as the brick's removed. But you're all far enough away that it's only 6 inches.
Oh wow!
You alright?
Wow!
So I'm banned next week.
So,
Mate.
it's
I'm
innuendo city tonight.
You want innuendo
In
city?
your what?
The little prick is not enough to reach you from the other side of the room.
I've been there before.
She said.
And it's slightly disappointing when you get to see it.
It's not the size that matters.
It's not.
It's how you use it.
If you can't reach her though, it doesn't matter how you can use it.
Oh.
Is it in you? Sorry, I mean, are we in you? So the 6-inch stabby thing has ejected itself from the wall.
Yeah, hang on, I'm on the wrong layer apparently.
Luckily I stepped back before Mage Hand did its thing.
Okay, cool.
Okay. It reveals a very small square room.
So does the 2 squares, have they basically just crumble the bricks?
You mean the door, the wall
So
in
the
front of
width, as in the width of those 2 squares completely disappeared?
you? No. So, the brick comes out and the whole wall sort of shunts forward
Yep.
and moves to the left.
Oh right, so
Again, the dwarf in you would never admit it, but it's actually quite good.
okay. So the door is actually intact and could potentially be closed again.
It could. It could. Slumped in this small room, apparently having been left to rot, there is 3 humanoid skeletons, you can't tell from bones, sort of like slumped over. There is also a couple of rotten bows lying around it.
Are they wearing armour of any kind?
No, I'm just reading. Rotting leather hanging barely on intact on their frames.
Okay.
One of them's got that sort of steel cavalier helmet on.
Really? Is there any books in that?
All you can see are these skeleton bodies.
Fair enough.
I'm going to the perimeter of where the door was, so still in the room, and I'm
So-
just looking from there.
Du-du-du-du.
If you put me half on a square,
Sort of.
hold down Alt, and it will stay half on a square if that's how you need to move
Do
it.
that. You're not in the room, but you're at the doorway.
Yeah. So I just don't want to actually put weight in the other room. There've been too many traps, and
That's fine.
I'm surveying the stonework and see if there's anything that looks out of place other than the 3 bodies that are in there.
This stonework is obviously less worked. It's more patchwork. This was meant to be a cupboard or closet or possibly a cell. Somewhere that they didn't care if you could see it was.
So it doesn't look
poorly
out of
made.
place. It just looks. It's just been done for a purpose.
It's
in
like
the
when
place.
you're in a rich person's house and you go into the servant
Gotcha.
corridor.
Okay.
You know, in the corridor, there's no wallpaper, there's no decorations because the guests aren't meant to see it.
Can anyone not see in the dark?
No, I've got that vision.
I haven't got dark vision. Told I have dark vision.
Presuming I
Yeah.
don't.
Is it light in here?
That's a good question. Durek does have a light. It has a
I have
bullseye
a torch
lantern.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got dark vision. I'm just checking. Do I need to let people know what's going on more than anything?
The people in the room will not be able to see what you can see in there.
Okay. Well, I'll just let them know. There's 3 dead human bodies. 3 dead
Like I
human
said,
bodies.
They look long dead, but most of their equipment is still intact, even if it wouldn't be usable as in the state that it is, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'll just let them know. There looks like some bows and stuff in here if anyone is interested, but I'm not going in.
They all have various pouches and satchels and stuff.
I'm lawful good.
Okay.
I'm lawful good. I ain't robbing the dead. So if anyone else wants to rob the dead, feel free.
I'll move you away from the door then.
Yeah, I'll just check in for anything dodgy.
I'm chaotic neutral. I will
Okay.
step forward. And just in the doorway, as he did, because 5'10", and I will use my whip to grab the pouches from the dead
Oh,
bodies.
Indiana Jones over here.
Okay, fine manipulation with the way. I like the idea.
I don't
It's
like
going-
it.
I have 2 choices. I can either make it a difficult check, but give you advantage for a story moment, or I can make it an easy check, but give you disadvantage. Because it's really hard to find manipulate with a whip.
I don't know.
Okay. Roll me 2 dice. Tell me your results, and I'll tell you if you passed or not.
Any 2 dice? 20,
I'd pick a D20 if I was you.
I'll make it. I'll make it DC 20, but you roll 2d6.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
No.
Can I use a point of luck?
Why?
If you rolled a 1, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no. A
My
point of luck
score?
is different, isn't it?
I haven't got that as an option anyway. No, I rolled 8 in total.
Okay.
8 in total, what with 2
So,
D20?
What happens is you raise the whip and
Pick up the goblin behind you that's dead.
You're thrown in the room.
And as you go to bring the whip down, because you've gone like that, your hand catches on the door frame, unbalancing you. You take 2 steps forward. You don't fall down because you didn't roll a 1. You take 2 steps forward into the room.
Oh dear.
This could end badly.
As your foot hits the tile of the room,
I will take 2 steps forward, seeing if there's any way I can stop this happening.
all 3 skeletons' skulls suddenly light up with red light.
Yes, let's fight.
Yeah,
I
but
know
the
what
door's
this is.
probably going to close in on you, so you.
And there is a Jason and the Argonauts style rattling noise as the bones knit together. And suddenly their bows and swords look very usable.
Yeah,
But it's a 10-foot room, so they can't really use a bow.
yeah, but the bow isn't what I'd be worried about.
Oh no.
Eldritch Blast can only hit one thing at once.
If I have thunderclap.
Now you have 3 skeleton archers to deal with.
Oh! I know what's
That's,
Are we rolling?
we roll initiative, or can I react to this?
We'll roll initiative, but I'll give you a free reaction before they do anything.
Okay, so I will.
Because they have to reassemble.
I will cast
15.1.
Hunter's Mark on the nearest one. Yeah, this one.
It's the one above
Now,
the 5.
for those of you that don't know Hunter's Mark, you've chosen a creature you can see within range of a mystical mark, and mystically mark it as your quarry. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra d6 of damage to the target whenever you hit it with a weapon attack. Ah, bollocks.
Who's that? Tom. What's your total, Tom?
My weapon's not very
Go on,
good.
both of them first. What?
Did I pick up one of those scimitars?
Not yet, you haven't.
No, bollocks.
Oh,
I was
6 and a
really
15.
hinting strongly as well.
A 6 and a 50. For your initiative, I mean.
Yeah.
So I got plus 1, so I got a 7.
I got us +2, so that's 17.
I've got
17.
15.1.
Question. Give me 1 second.
It says use instead of cast. So is that a spell skill?
It's a bonus action, so that's one of those you can do even though you cast a spell.
That's what I was
Sid
checking.
was 10.
But you don't have to worry about it, you've already done it, haven't you?
Okay.
Yeah, no, I was just wondering how that works. Because I've never seen it say use before.
Ah, right.
So I was like, oh wait, have I done something wrong?
JM, what did you say you got?
15.1.
15.1.
Possibly downstairs. In the cellar. Unless there's some in the bar, I don't know actually.
Smiler, what was your initiative?
Nat bloody 20.
Okay, calm down.
What's your dex bonus? 0.
0. Yeah.
20.0.
The only time I've rolled a nat 20 in this building. Other than earlier when I did it.
And several other
I've done.
You've definitely done it in our campaign.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
you're in the wrong audience here.
You guys all play with me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's a waste. What's the fight?
It's the area, so a lot of these have a key and all the numbers match up
Oh,
to what's
okay.
reading from the book. He can hide that 5 though, so it's
Sure.
in his level, but he's shown it now.
Oh, well, actually, is it still be late?
Do you know what a DM I was playing with the other day did that I thought was really smart? What was it we were fighting? We were fighting something a bit mental. I can't remember what it was, but he'd numbered them, and he'd numbered them like 1, 2, 7, 11, and 6. And it was like an area with tunnels and things, so you're like, oh my god, there's fucking what, and there's only those 4. He'd just done those numbers and he thought there's going to be loads coming out. It was hilarious. There's a tactic for you to use.
Oh, you don't, guys. Right, Altman.
I use thunderclap.
Thunderclap.
One way to get rid of them.
Shatter their bones to
Oh, no,
make
wrong
your
one.
bread.
So that is a Constitution saving throw from all three of them.
Okay.
What's the size? Vary.
Well, you said I've stumbled forward, so I'm actually in the room, aren't
Oh yeah, you're in the room.
You are 4, 22, and 13. What's the target?
What's the con save?
I? 13.
2 make it on them.
13. So one of them failed.
Okay.
Is it half as much for those that pass?
I'm just going to double check. 7 Spell increases, don't know.
Should be half. It's only usually cantrips that like
Yeah.
how it work.
Yeah, that is a cantrip though, so yeah. So
Oh,
each
okay.
creature in range other than you. Yeah, no. So the two that pass don't get any damage, but the other one gets d6 of damage.
So you do a big thunderclap and go ha ha ha, and they go.
Okay.
Oh. Roll
Oh
a 1.
no! Oh no!
One damage.
She does Warlock half out curiosity.
I might let the door close.
I just went.
Yeah, Alan's, they've all reassembled and stood up, and Alan's just going.
I basically just golf clapped instead
Yeah,
of
you carry on
thunderclaps.
golf clapping.
Okay. After Altman is the Zarth.
I should have hit him with the whip.
Ooh. Where's my guy? He's back there. I'd like to.
You actually have clear line of sight through this door.
Yeah, but. Ooh. Okay.
I mean, you can see Alan, but
Can I see the? I can't see one of the goblins, can I?
Yeah, it's completely gone across the tomb.
there's skeletons. But yes, you can see one.
Skeletons.
Yeah.
And don't forget, I'm really short, so you can easily shoot above me.
Let me
Alvin, when I say duck,
let me draw your line of sight. You can see basically everything in that sort of corridor there.
when I say duck, I find it infestation at the one in front of Altman.
At
What?
this one. Hang on.
Hold
Yeah.
it down, hold it down, little.
Thank you.
Thing it.
This one.
Yeah,
Yep, that.
that one.
Yeah, I'm seeing
Altman,
mouse move.
block your nose.
What's the save?
Constitution,
14.
14.
Failed.
1d6 poison damage. And this time it's going to be a cloud of parasites. Gives me an option of follow. Cloud of parasites.
So,
I mean, I've already been.
how for your character, what does infestation look like? Is it like a green beam? Is it a load of flies?
She said I can cause a cloud of. Oh no, cloud of mites, fleas, and other parasites. It's all of them.
That's
Okay, so
comes out the nose.
Yes, it comes out my nose.
Oh.
They don't have a nose.
you sneeze necrotically.
Yeah, what is it? It's
Necrotically.
the moment from Green Mile. Right at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You creepy fucker.
It works though.
Balls.
Okay, so the skeleton in front of
You
Altman
man.
And he took
sort
3
of
damage.
jerks, and out of its skull, loads of flies and mites and that start appearing. The skeleton almost hand waves them away.
What type of damage is it it's causing?
Poison.
Poison.
The skeleton doesn't show any effect. And the
oh,
mites
I've
just
got-
continue to move and swarm over it, and it just acts as normal.
That's probably
Okay,
going to give
I've got
advantage on
some
like an
1d4
intimidation.
for you to move a direction.
Okay, sure.
We'll see what happens.
I feel like it's going to have some kind of advantage on intimidation checks now. This is going to.
I don't think it's going to be able to move south.
No, it ricochets off the wall.
And shatters into 1,000 tiny bones.
No.
As well as
Growlbrack, it's your turn.
We didn't say it, he just said it's
Because it took no effect. It means they might not take any damage.
Cool.
Use a skill.
I'll do.
I'll give you the heads up now. Skeletons are immune to poison.
Alright, thank you. Well, I had to try. I had the inspiration for a Green Mile kind of moment.
You did, and as the DM, I like letting players try it, but once they found out it doesn't work, telling them it doesn't work so they don't waste it again.
Yep, got you. At least it's only a cantrip.
Exactly. If it had been a spell slot, I might have asked you to think about it before you cast it. But at least it was only a cantrip. Right, JM,
Just so
your turn.
you know, we can't see the order when the skeletons come on, just because the turn order's not going to Sid. I think you'll have to make that bigger. The turn order just longer.
I'll do it.
No, I don't think you can for our turn order. Oh, you can. You got the screen. Sorry, I keep forgetting that.
So what you on about?
Right.
Oh, right. Yeah, it regularly isn't when.
Is that it? You can see them all on there now?
you
See
can
down
flip it
skeletons?
across, it's not doing that.
I think what it means is doing that.
Now we can, yeah.
Lovely.
Cool.
So, Growlbrack's next.
Yeah, so he's going to take a step forward.
Oh, I didn't use my movement to walk out of the room.
And trigger all of their opportunity attacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do it if you want.
No, I said I didn't.
You thought about it and was like, yeah, that'd be a bad idea. That'd be a terrible idea.
I should have walked out. Wait. No.
Growlbrack, your turn.
Yeah, and I am just going to swing two-handed battle axe at the
Go for it.
closest one to me, which is a +5.
So was the door the size of 2 squares?
2 squares.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Altman.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a natural one.
Oh dear.
Roll it again.
Say the d20, yeah?
So, the dwarf fighter has just rolled a natural 1. Roll the d20 again and tell me what you get.
20.
Nat 20. That's not good. That's not going to be good. How do you do?
Two-handed, you
Crit
say?
to crit. Yeah, two-handed. Oh, shit.
Oh shit!
Fire death.
Oh, my God. We're all at level 1. It really could be. It's a lot of damage.
Battle axe on two-hand d12.
It's d10 plus 3. So it's technically higher than a d12.
Please roll me a d10.
Twice.
No. Roll 1d10 and double it, and then add 3.
Have you just taken the d10?
Yeah, I'll put it there for you.
Roll that.
Took it
Just
away.
double the result and add 10.
And add 10?
No, add 3.
Wow. That was
That's
actually
great.
triple it.
I'm not that mean.
6, so 9.
Double
You
it
rolled
and
you
add
rolled a
3.
6.
I rolled a 3, so I doubled it,
3
which is
to
6.
6.
Plus 3.
Takes 9 damage. The battle axe, he comes in screaming, swinging the battle axe. The skeleton in front of him just goes, oh, and the axe goes, and just bites into Altman's arm.
Not what you
Altman, how much health do you have?
9.
Oh no!
As your axe keeps going, Altman slams against the wall and drops.
You probably should have just ran.
You missed it.
What?
I just killed.
JM rolled his attack,
Oh.
rolled a natural 1, and then I said to him, roll another d20.
Oh no.
And I rolled a
If
20.
you roll 10 or below, your axe hits the wall, there's a chance it might break. If you're at 11 plus, you hit the friendly player in the fight. And he just critical blowed on Alan.
Hey, I did my best to keep you alive in the last game we played together. So
Yeah, I know, to be fair. It's a bit like that. Yeah. Like, oh, everyone's going to die.
Okay.
I just want to show something quickly. Which one's with your character on?
Don't think he's not fully
My
dead yet.
character,
Yeah.
my bartender.
He's
Yeah.
basically down.
He's not on.
He's
there,
down.
it's all yours.
Oh,
I hit him with
Yeah,
exactly the number of
Yeah.
points health he
Yeah.
had. You what, sorry?
yeah, for you. I don't know how this works on here.
What is it you want to do?
1 second, guys.
What do you want to
Good
do?
work.
I was thinking about what we said about the saving throws.
Yeah.
You do it on this.
Oh yeah,
Oh, no,
don't
it'll
just do it as
show
a
everyone
message.
else.
Just do it as a message.
It's alright, it'll show everyone else. But what you can see if you've got the
You can do a
I
GM
think
whisper.
that button.
No, you can do a GM whisper on roll 20.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
But I think there's the one next to it actually. But no, because on here we have. Ooh, hello.
The other option is the DM does the roll and
Oh, I see.
you
Yeah.
don't know.
Actually, yeah, the DM should do the roll. He
Yeah.
just lets you know when you're dead.
Yeah, so you can see what everyone's rolled when they've
I
rolled.
see.
and
No,
stuff.
that's good. That's lovely. Thank you.
So if
Right, guys.
The other option is he does the rolls and then it.
After-
so if you do the roll.
After
I don't-
Growlbrack, who, despite being lawful good, has seemed to have been overcome with evil. I mean, it was so perfectly done, it looks like he aimed to take his arm off.
You're going to be an arm down.
Garrion, it is
I'm
now
not
your
yet.
turn.
You've got this
There's an arm.
Hadouken.
He
Oh,
cleaned
dear.
his arm
So-
off.
So I can see them all anyway from
I was
there.
going to
can't I,
action,
really?
You can.
action surge, but I thought against it. That time.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll move to there.
To where, sorry?
There.
Okay.
Yeah. I could have just moved myself, couldn't I?
Yeah.
No, I
Did
don't.
I
No, because I created the tokens, I don't think you can.
And I will save create flame at the guy.
Which one?
So, oh yeah, that's a good point. This one. Actually, I'll do it this one. Just in case.
Think about it this way. You see this one?
Yeah.
Because he's lying down now.
It comes down anyway, so it wouldn't matter. It doesn't go
right.
across,
Well,
it
I
comes
rolled a
down.
4, so I failed the dex check.
Fair enough.
Definitely.
Sacred Flame's great because you don't have to roll to hit. They make a dex check.
So yeah, it was a dex 13.
Yeah, just roll your damage.
That's
Let
the
me know.
only one
Three.
I've rolled all day.
Just 3.
I'm the only not
3
I've
damage.
rolled all day.
Background for
And it was on this one at the back, yeah?
3. Yes.
Was that 3 damage?
Okay.
I don't like level 1.
Tell
Can we
Cook,
get up to
it is
level
your
3?
turn.
Okay, I don't know who's more evil at this point. Skeletons are the fucking dwarf at this point. So, technically,
Go on.
Should have spent the time.
Could you not just drag my body out? And
You can. So, if you wanted to get into fight,
I should have spent the time.
well, I've got the javelin.
well, I mean, what I'm saying is you could stand
Wait, no,
in the doorway
I'm a half orc.
because you
Oh,
can fight
that's true.
diagonally.
That's
You
true.
can stay alive on 1 point.
Yeah.
Do it.
I knew. Don't you mean? You've only got one arm.
So yes, if you wanted to go to fight Telcook, you could go where the orange cross is
I knew there's a reason
and
why
still
I like
fight the
half orcs.
skeleton archer in the doorway because you could fight diagonally.
That's not my number.
Yeah, I can do that
This
one.
is
I'll
on
do
my
that one.
iPad.
As you stand there,
Into the computer, though.
there is a sudden intake of
Yeah.
breath from the half orc
It is,
crumpled
sorry.
on the floor.
I managed to get
I get started kicking. No, I'm joking.
Did you hear that?
You missed that.
What did you say?
I said that you suddenly go, and he was like, "Oh, I get started to kick him." I just like this idea of, "I'm alive, thud."
No, I'm joking.
Roll a
I'm
D1.
alive.
I have lots of
Tell
life-saving
Cook,
stuff.
roll your
Yeah,
attack
managed
on
to
the
get
skeleton.
Complete the passwords.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll be a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, it's
Me?
good.
No.
I didn't actually beat you in the face, don't worry.
He's the total dead. He has a massive cross on him.
So that's a total of 9 damage on the skeleton.
No, but
9
he's
damage.
technically got a target on his back.
Yeah.
You should do that.
While this is going on, can I crawl under his legs?
And use his shell as protection.
Yeah.
You could if you were a small character.
Don't crawl into my shell. That isn't a safe place.
Oh, it smells in here.
If you do that,
Sorry,
then
I
you
was Sorry, I was getting rid of the orange cross.
Makeup calls.
Okay,
Yeah.
after Telcook, it is Durek,
Right.
who is going to move this way,
And show us his skills.
and he's going to shoot this one.
And I'll be like, no, focus your fire. Pick the same one.
To be fair, it gets an extra d6 to that guy.
That hits.
I do imagine he just glares at me as well.
And
What he's doing.
8 damage.
Good.
He's done more damage to that one than anyone else, any of you guys have done together.
That's not true. I just damaged the
To the
wrong
skeletons.
Part.
Oh, except it is a bow, so there's only 4 damage.
So he didn't.
Piercing damage on skeletons isn't very good.
No.
However, the one in front of you, the one you were trying to hit, now has an accessory through its like
What?
laser
Oh,
sight.
no. Oh, that
Of an
was
arrow.
well annoying because I just I was like, no, I'm immune to no. You did it, not him.
Now it's the skeletons.
Oh, the skeletons.
They only have daggers and bows, so don't worry about them being too over the top. I don't know why I said that like that. So, 1 attack on Altman.
Nope. I'm immune to
It's
skeleton
20.
damage.
It's a 20. He's rolled a 20.
Oh my god, it actually is.
The skeleton ruthlessly leads down and stabs Altman in the neck. With the practiced ease of a butcher
It's a
killing
good
a
job I
calf.
make up other characters, isn't it?
Is that not what you spent a half hour
I
session
spent
doing
far
last
too
time?
much time with Julia.
You are now unconscious.
You've got the Julia curse
I
now.
take it you want to get that one.
The one at the
painting
back
once.
can only use its bow and arrow because
What's
there's
the
no one in
lowest?
physical range. So he's going to shoot the turtle.
That's not going to go well.
No, it's not. 19.
Oh, that might be a hit.
Turtle,
Definitely.
I've rolled a 19 to hit you.
Cracking hits.
So you take 4 points of damage.
I've broken D&D Beyond.
I'm surprised. It's probably
And then 1 attack on the dwarf, Galbrack. 6.
Misses.
It's missed. We are back to Altman. Altman, make a death save. I never thought I'd say that in the first session.
Every session,
Campaign.
every first session we've done, every campaign we have done as a group, one of us has died in the first real battle. So we've actually done quite well because we killed the rats.
Altman, make a death save for me, please.
I need to do it in a way these guys can't see. No, you're doing them. We should let you do
I'm
them.
doing them.
And then
Yeah,
it's secret.
you do them and don't tell him.
Yeah.
Don't tell
Okay.
anyone.
How do I
Yeah, you have to pretend you're still doing them even if you've stopped doing them as well.
slash W to whisper on?
You don't need to do a whisper, just roll a dice.
As
Give
a,
me dice
D-
then.
The guys
as a
that
DM, it won't be seen.
Somebody give me dice. I won't.
Dice.
Okay.
The cool thing about this is we don't know whether we need to go and medicine check him, heal him, or anything like that.
So it adds a bit-
Altman lays on the floor unconscious.
Cool.
Azarth, back to your turn.
I was going to say, you can't roll anything at this stage that I come back to life all of a sudden. So.
I move ahead of the guy in front of me.
Azarth, you're going to stand there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast a first level spell of Jim's Magic Missile.
Oh, Jim's magic missile. Okay.
Ooh, I like Jim's Magic Miscale.
Yeah.
Miss Guile.
Miscale. Because they
Alright,
miss.
so, as it says, what was it? I create 3 twirling, twisting, whistling, hypoallergenic, gluten-free darts of magical force.
Okay.
Each dart targets a creature of my choice that I can see within a range. I make a ranged spell attack for each creature. So, alright.
So you have to roll the hit 3 times, basically.
Yeah.
Who do you want to attack? We've got number 1,
Probably me at this rate.
number 2, or number 3.
One of each of them. I've got 3
Okay.
missile.
1 each of them.
Yeah. So 3 d20s, technically.
Yes.
Cool. So that's a 12,
A 12, a 15, and a 16.
and a 16. And they'll all get a +6 to them.
They all hit.
Okay, so now each one takes 2d4 force damage.
Wow. Level 1.
It takes what, sorry?
Yeah, it's crazy. it's
On a
harder
hit,
to
a missile
hit than
deals
normal
2d4
magic
Oh
force
yeah, we have
damage
to hit.
target.
If you miss, it does nothing.
Okay.
No, but if I miss, all missiles blow up in my face and deal 1 force
No,
damage
it's
per
good.
missile.
It's good.
It's the legacy of Jim Dark Magic.
Yeah.
Yep, so each one takes 2d4 force damage, so...
Okay, just roll me on roll 20. Roll me 2d4 and I'll do the same damage to all of them.
Alright, 2d4. 4 damage!
4 damage to each of them.
Plus
Yep.
the 1, isn't it?
Plus 1.
So 5 for each of them.
Yeah. What? I got a plus spell attack though. What? I've ticked it out.
Okay. After Azarth is back to Growlbrack.
Yeah.
Back up. We'll check out what's fine. Actually, we're coming for the job interview.
Okay. How are they looking, these skeletons?
The one in front of you,
I've got interview.
it's clearly being held together with magic. There's bits of cracks that are being sort of sealed over with this green shimmer. Bones where there's like no socket for the bone to hold into, but it's sort of like green energy holding it in. It looks ropey.
I'm just taking a swipe again, two-handed. 15.
15, so you've hit it.
Okay. Damage is
Your axe barely touches it and it dies.
okay.
It's
It's
on 1 health.
important though that I now use my well, level 1. Are we going to take a rest soon? Probably. No, we're going to go second wind.
I am. I'm taking a long rest.
Action surge.
Sorry, action surge.
I'm assuming you're going to step forward and attack the next one then.
Yes. But this time, how bad's this one looking?
This one's down to 5 life, so easily enough for you to kill it. Below half health.
Okay. 10's not going to hit, is it?
What's your plus? Is it 10 in total?
10 with my plus, yeah.
No. So, you swipe your axe sideways.
What a waste of action surge.
But for some reason, your blow isn't quite pulled forward enough, and it slides underneath the bottom of the rib cage. Now, it was a flesh and blood animal, there'd be a gut there that you could swipe through. Because it's a skeleton, your axe goes straight through air. And if there was a friend stood where the orc is currently on the floor, you might have just clicked the orc again. You never know.
Can you take me back a step? Because I thought you did, but you don't seem to have action surge at level 1. I just
You
assumed
have
it.
second wind.
Yeah, second wind is health.
Second wind's health. You get action surge at level 2.
Yeah, sorry about
Thank you
that.
for reminding me. It's fine. Doesn't matter because he attack missed anyway. But
I would, if I'd have hit, I'd have said the same. I just didn't realise when I was looking to tick it off, I couldn't find it. So
to Growlback, it is Garyon. One of your friends is down. Garyon, what do you want to do?
I am going to move. How tall is the turtle?
The turtle, not tall enough that you can fight over it. The turtle is the same size as the dwarves.
Alright, cool. So I will come there.
There.
And I will reach over with my trunk.
Because you have 5 foot reach.
Yep, so that would that be a 5 foot reach over that?
Would, 1 square in front of you would be 5 feet, yes.
Because I'm wanting to reach over the turtle to pick him up.
Okay.
Is that going to be enough, do you reckon?
Let me double check.
I'm thinking
What
edge
wording
to
of
edge
your
would be
trunk
5
is-
foot, but
I'm just saying the total.
I can lift 5 times
Yes,
my dex
You know Roger's having
score.
terrors?
I did not.
I can lift 65 pounds.
I don't know.
65
We are
pounds.
smoke.
A half orc
I thought they just
weighs-
went out the
I did.
Come here, do it.
He didn't put in a weight.
I was the total's actually like 6 foot tall, by the way.
He's sort of reaching around you with his trunk,
back there. My room was that
but thank you for telling me.
because it was the nicest.
I'm just going to
That
see.
was the minute.
Average charcoal, half orc weight, 225 pounds. Yeah, I can't lift him.
No. You might be able to drag him.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll drag
If
him
I let you
under.
roll a strength check. So you roll your d20 and add your strength modifier.
15.
Is that including your strength, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, yeah, 15. That is just enough to essentially pull the unconscious half-orc next to you there.
Cool. And that'd be my actions, wouldn't it?
That is your action.
I do have a bonus action, but I think, no, it's no use at this point. So, yeah, cool.
Okay. Tell the cook. There is now space for you, and only 2 enemies left.
I move forward and slap the one right in front of me with my axe.
Go for it.
Oh, sorry, I tell a lie. I do have a bonus action. I can use healing word on bonus.
Would you like to?
So I will do that on him now, yes.
Okay.
Can I roll my dice? No. Yes.
Yeah, that's not good.
You're up with 5 HP.
Yeah, but they're just about to hit me again by the sounds of it.
I've moved him away.
He's moved you out of the way,
Oh.
Smiler.
I dragged you away with my trunk and then healed.
Oh, thank you, Sid.
Tell cook that's unlucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, how cool is that?
Duret's going to take a shot
So
at
literally,
the
I've
skeleton
reached
again.
round and dragged you out.
Hang on,
And
did
then
you say you
heal.
just gave me a reach around?
He's
Yes, I've given you a reach around with my trunk.
It's good day.
To be fair, reach around with the trunk's the sort of awful but experimental shit that someone's thought about.
Yeah.
Lloyd.
Oh god, yeah, it was Lloyd. Yeah.
What? I don't want to know.
Skeleton's turn. 2 dagger attacks on the turtle.
Yeah.
How do you
13 and a 10, that's 2 misses.
You take it as it's like
Okay,
a D.
back to top.
a D4.
Altman, you are now awake. Alan,
where am I? Sorry,
You are
I'm
now
this one, aren't I? Just behind
there.
the dwarf, yeah?
yes.
So 5 to 10. So I'll step forward to there, yeah.
Okay.
And as I got knocked unconscious, I'll have to start this all again, which I don't think I can. One sec, let me just double check. But I'm going to Eldritch Blast this one actually for now.
Dead in front of you or to the right? To your left, sorry.
Yeah, so this one in the corner that's not got the turtle in front,
Okay.
directly in front of me.
What are you doing again?
Eldritch Blast in.
Yeah, maybe don't shoot my shell, that would be appreciated.
Eldritch Blast.
Refracts off the shell.
Oh!
Did
See it?
Did it pop up?
I saw it. I saw
Didn't
it.
work.
Eldritch Blast, or as I like to say, Hadouken. It's not listening to me. Your computer.
No,
oh,
it's,
there we go.
yeah, it's done it. Okay. Roll your
Sorry.
roll a hit.
No,
Uh,
I went into the wrong thing. Spells.
Blast.
cantrips, Eldritch Blast. Fuck. Oh, that's a 7, not a 1. 12.
12. That does hit.
Oh, you've got to yell Kamehameha when you do it.
What?
It's like, hey, Ducken.
Hey, Ducken.
It's just come through.
Just shout. He just starts talking about food. To Ducken.
Ooh, it's a Ducken. Missed out Christmas.
Oh man, no, we had that at Christmas. Got an Aldi 5-bird roast for
Ooh,
Christmas.
a 10.
10 on damage.
10 on damage.
Okay, there is a... You ever roll dice in a very large plastic container? And they make a really loud
times.
rattling noise?
Many times.
This is like that. Go on. That, as this pile of bones hits the wall and breaks apart.
Sound effects and everything, guys. We're all in.
Azath, you'll go again.
Fireball! Total duck. Everyone in front of me, duck.
Dies.
You've got a row of... You've got
Firebolt. I've just realised I've got you and the Loxodon.
You've got a row of 3 people. Guys,
Really?
everyone in front of me, hit the head. Duck. You missed, I swear to God. Well, we're about to find out. I've got to make
You rolling
a
that
ranged
one,
attack,
you
so...
iron.
You hit me all, I swear to
I
God.
also missed out my free attack on the one anyway, doesn't matter.
You've got a free attack?
Riposte was mine.
Oh, are you... Really?
Yeah, because I've got superior technique at level 1.
96.
It's my fault.
25.
Okay, so in a cinematic sort of shot, you point your finger forward, and with a finger gun, fire the firebolt.
Yep.
Can I use it once?
The camera would shoot behind the firebolt, following the trail.
Back, though, there's something important.
There is a Loxodon whose ear flap bends down just as the firebolt comes over the top of it. There is a turtle who just
My head goes in the shell.
retracts the head just enough to feel the heat of the firebolt over the top.
Yeah, no, but I've got
In between the two of them,
Oh, so it's dropped.
there is the half-orc whose beret feather just gets wisped a little bit
Concentration.
by the firebolt.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what
And then the skeleton,
it's
standing
cancelled,
up
but
and drawing its
yeah.
dagger,
There's all
takes a
that
firebolt to the face and drops.
And we know if we go to page
Scorched
2,
and
5,
dead.
1, it'll just say exactly the same.
I didn't even need to roll damage. I'll take it.
It is...
I blow on the finger, you know, like...
You just as a
you know,
bonus
just
action mark in your creature. It doesn't say
Yeah.
you use it once.
put my hand away.
Smiler, what time are we staying till tonight?
What
10
time did we
o'clock.
get started?
Pardon?
We started about what time?
We
did
started at 7:30.
Half 7. Yes, it was half 10.
Half
It's
10.
a 3-hour.
It's just so I know when to sort of what rooms and that to
Yeah.
aim to wrap it up at.
You've already used your one.
Okay, guys, that is 3 skeleton archers dead. Well done.
Thank you.
You're casting it again.
Yeah.
There's only one of your party members dead, but don't worry, he's better now.
He's better.
I was dead, but I'm feeling much better now.
Does he have his arm?
He does.
Maybe healed.
He does.
Okay.
Ironically, I have spare the dying as a cantrip.
Just make sure you lay there on 1 health, like, please, please.
No, because I have to be unconscious. That's the annoying thing.
There is nothing else in the little room. There are 2 doors leading off from the main room. If you
I'm
watch
going to very
screens.
quickly take a magic potion. No, a healing potion.
Okay, so you get 2d4 plus 2.
Thank you. That's
Health.
what I'm looking for. 2d4.
Yeah, there are 2 doors. There is one to the northwest and one to the southwest.
3 plus what, right?
2d4
I say go
plus 2.
southwest.
3,
6.
6.
You're voting for southwest.
So full health.
Yep. I follow the creepy fucking wizard.
So we've got 2
Okay.
voting for southwest. What about the rest of you?
I'm
folks?
just going wherever we
Don't
think
have
goblins
white
are, not
spell
first.
now.
Not first which way.
Okay. Sid, do you have a preferred doorway?
Nah.
Top or bottom? Oh, God, you
Couldn't care less.
Scratch that. I'm going to use my.
We'll start again southwest.
I'm going to use my healer's kit, so I've only got 9 uses left on it
Okay.
instead of the healing potion because it does the same thing, but it's got 9 more uses. I'm going to follow. I'm going to stay with the party. Don't split the party.
Don't split.
Oh,
the
that-
That's right.
I step
That's
behind the
That'll
tunnel,
catch you
so
all
he's
alive
going
and Icewind
first.
Ale.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are going through
Our
this door
plan
down here.
was
Bum,
very
bum.
good.
There's the turtle, there's the turtle.
There was a good thought out plan,
Dun,
and it was ruined by a chicken shit dragon lord.
Oh, sorry, no, I did actually have a suggestion here for this room. People had clearly been in here for some time. Do we want a short rest before we carry on? Whilst
Yeah.
you're healing and doing everything, I'm happy to if everyone else wants to.
Short
Yeah.
rest.
If we might not get it, but I'm happy to try and take one.
I mean, you can always try and take a short rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what
If,
you're
if
I'll
anyone's
take
going to
a
benefit
short
from
rest.
it, we'll do it. I don't actually benefit as when I
I've
thought I
got
would
no need
anymore.
for a rest.
Yeah, that's why I'm just saying if people need it, now's the time to do it.
So if you want, you don't have to. Thing is, you don't have to.
I do not need no rest.
I actually don't need it, so I can keep guard. I'm just highlighting that now might be a good time, that's all. Does anyone need it? Doesn't sound like
I
we do.
would.
No.
I'll take it if you can.
If we can, right, well
yeah,
then,
if we can,
yeah, we'll just go towards the centre of the
All
room,
it'll do is give me my spell
and the
slots.
one person resting in the middle, everyone else facing outwards.
No, it's not rest.
I can't
Not
remember.
for a warlock.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So do I take that off then?
That sort of thing.
And I'm
Okay.
just walking around.
Okay. So I would like. I'll pick a party member at random.
I'm literally leading it. So does that
Ah.
help?
No.
Okay. Oh,
Oh,
so that's not good. Uh-oh. I was like, but I'm leading it. Oh, it's something else.
Azarth, I would like you to roll me a d20, please. No modifiers, just a d20.
Oh god. Alright.
Find out. Whee.
We don't
There
know
you
what it
go.
was. We just hear a boom.
A 9, okay.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
not
God.
It's not good, ever.
No.
Never good.
It's not reset.
Never good. This will just
Okay,
open.
JM, roll me a d6.
Oh,
Sorcerer's Bee, yeah.
You got it. I'll drop it
3.
together.
3.
Oh, got it. I was just distracted.
Okay.
Cool.
As you guys are resting, recuperating, doing what you have to do, there's quite a lot of noise coming from the corridor to your northwest.
So we're going from up here, yeah?
Let me click it on the map. At the top.
Yep. When you say quite a lot of noise, are we saying lots of goblin type noises?
It's really indistinct. It's not like there's a party of soldiers coming down
Yeah.
there. It's more like there's someone at the other end of the corridor having quite a loud conversation, or possibly teaching something, or learning about something, or shouting at
So
something, or
As I've been walking around the perimeter anyway, I'm going to stop against that wall. And I'm
Okay.
just going to put my ear against it, so I'm like fully just listening to see if anyone's coming towards
okay.
the door.
That is a perception check.
Okie dokie. Which is +3 plus proficiency, no, +5. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. There's definitely somebody at the end of the corridor. You don't quite know how long the corridor is, but the sounds are muffled more than just this door. So you work out that there's a door at the other end of the corridor that's also shut. But on the other end of that door,
So it's
there
clearly
is
an,
something
an-
very loud
there's,
going
there's
on.
an empty, echoey hallway between us that could
yeah,
be
that's
5-10 meters
yeah.
long.
Despite the
something
fact
like
both doors are shut, the sound's travelling quite well down the corridor.
that. Okay.
Your sort of stone cutting estimates it's working like a sort of stone tube
Yeah.
to direct the sound towards you.
So I'm going to basically spend the time of this rest, which is an hour, going between the two doors listening for any
You-
signs of people coming close.
At no point do you hear anything from the lower door.
Okay. And does anyone start moving or opening the other door from the northwest?
You don't hear anything. You don't hear any doors open. There is no obvious signs of
Just
movement.
continued silence.
That conversation does eventually die down after about 20 minutes, to the point where you now can't hear anything down that corridor.
Cool. And I'm not even going to let people know. I'm just carrying on about the
It
conversation.
doesn't sound like anything's coming this way.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
do successfully end the rest.
Here we go. So you got your short rest in.
Yeah, that one's probably
I needed that.
Unscrew the sphere at the top.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, I said not like.
Right. So, are you guys still interested to go to the southern door?
Yes.
The one that sounds empty. Yeah, let's go that
No,
way.
no, no, no. the one- Yeah.
No, you want the empty one. Yeah, yeah.
See you later, man.
See you there, George.
Wherever the group's going, I'm going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no. The voices. I know they were muffled. Were they goblin-esque?
Again, you couldn't tell. It's literally like you could hear bit lower pitched than your average humanoid, but that covers everything from orc down to king.
Sure.
So.
Okay.
Surely Goblin would be higher pitched.
Well, some goblins speak at a lower pitch. It depends on what accent the DM can do. But yeah, The tone of the voice was angry, but not enough to be able to tell exactly sort of what sort of species it would be. Mainly because he didn't roll enough on his perception check. It's cool, isn't it?
My level up.
Yeah. So, do you guys want to go through the door?
I do.
Yeah.
I
Go
strongly
for
do.
it.
Can I ready Eldritch Blast? Heal and die.
You're behind a few people. I'm not
I don't
sure.
care.
And then, yeah, I want to
You
make sure.
hit me with an axe, motherfucker.
I was saving you from the fight.
He's like, yeah, I want to make sure you all go through the door first. Thump.
Yeah, so I'm just going to open the door. I'm going to open the door.
I love these.
Okay.
I'm all confused.
That looks like a cave.
Okay, the door is open,
And that looks
and the room
That's a demon
is
blooded one.
sort of empty.
So eventually you'll have something that looks a bit like this.
sort of
Sort
empty.
of.
The masonry walls of this 20-foot wide
Just so we
hall
can't see the end of the hallway. So there's something we should be able to see, we can't.
are in. Hang on.
I feel like it's not quite a mistake. I can figure out where it's for. Because when I did them before, it was like
Why is that? Oh, come on.
3 pro dragon blood, and then I had no idea what I was doing. I think this is how this one's supposed to look.
What do
This
you?
is the cleric.
That
I might
looks
be
more
wrong.
druidic to me.
That does. So that's demon, and
The
that's
cleric's
dragon.
one with the holes in it, isn't it? There's a lid with holes in some.
Yeah, that's the cleric one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's the size of the room, but
What's that?
it's not very large.
So we're not missing
That's
anything.
straight onto it.
The masonry walls of this 20-foot wide hall are in poor repair. The far end has collapsed. Am I reading the right bit? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, so the far end... Where's my pointer gone? That. Far end has collapsed,
So this was originally like
filling the southern section with rubble.
yeah.
The western wall is in much better shape than the other walls, and it holds a stone door with a dragon carved on the front. The door has a single keyhole situated in the mouth of the carved dragon.
That's what's so cool about New Orleans.
It had a what in the mouth of the dragon, sorry?
A keyhole. It is a big fancy stone door with a dragon carved on the front of it with its mouth open. And the keyhole is in the mouth of the dragon.
Do we have a key?
You do not have a key.
Does-
Even Direct doesn't know of a key.
Doesn't know of a key. So he
Can we try total power?
You can try. Are you going in the room?
I'm going. Yeah. I'm going to work.
I'm going to see if I can perceive anything before entering the room.
Roll me a perception check.
I will.
In fact, anybody going into the room, roll me a perception check.
Let me first.
Watch the
I
screen a
Two.
second.
10.
I'll just run in.
Okay.
I got.
Did it do anything?
No.
I've got a 9. Go on. I've got a 9.
Run in.
Alright. Perception. I got 22. I got
Run
13.
in.
22, 13. Leroy Jenkins.
Did you
No,
do
you
it?
did it.
I missed it. I missed it every time. I was put something for
So the door's locked.
Run in.
22, 13. JM, what are you roll?
10.
Smiler?
10.
Sid? Oh, you'll roll on the thing, won't you?
Yeah. Where are we? What are we rolling here?
Perception.
Thank you. It's done it with advantage. That's only if it's for smell.
It's not, so. In fact, no, I'll give you advantage on it.
Leroy Jenkins.
It's a bit
This
big,
room,
the image came up and it was only the top half of the guy.
for you, Garion, this room smells old. And by that I mean it smells like it's not had anyone in it for a while.
No,
It's not
they're
regularly
it
used,
smells
the
of
air's
TCP.
quite stale. The rest of you,
TCP in, facts.
your highest roll was a 22. And what you find is a nice stone door with a carving of a dragon on it.
Okay.
I tell
The
someone-
dragon. I want to look at
What's
the
that?
dragon and the stonework on the dragon.
Okay.
So obviously I would be familiar with different types of dragons. So I'm specifically looking for the.
The door is built up of 2 parts.
Okay.
a sort of stone slab, sort of from about knee height upwards, set into another stone door made of a different stone. The door is very definitely dwarven. There's tool marks and a realness to the carving that no other race can make.
Okay.
The wall,
Just one sec. Just one sec. I want to see what type of dragon this is.
the wall and the bit it's set into is human. So they've obviously ordered this door and had it set into here.
Okay, so
That
it's very
makes sense.
different to the style of
Yeah,
it.
it's just like getting a fancy craftsman to make your piano, but putting it into your modern house.
Into the room in disrepair.
Yeah.
Okay.
The door itself is in much nicer shape than the rest of the room.
Okay. Because it was made properly, obviously.
Yes. Sorry, guys. What were you saying?
Yeah.
I was saying, can I go and inspect the door before I initiate a plan?
Yeah. and
You
also,
absolutely can.
You didn't say
Where's
what
the
type of
people
dragon
on?
it was either.
It's unclear. Dragons are normally told by their colouring,
Yeah.
and this is just a stone
But
carving.
there's no
coloured
like
stone.
fire around it, or there's no ice.
There is no elemental effects of any kind.
Okay.
It's just a big scaly flying lizard.
Okay. Cool. Good to know.
So, if you want to investigate the door, roll me an investigation check, please.
Okay.
Can I help him do that with the stone cunning?
I'll let you have advantage on that because the dwarf's going to give you a hand using his knowledge of stone.
I'll take the 11. Plus
11.
6.
It's not bad. 17.
17.
Again, you get the same impression as him. It's a very nice door, nicer than the building around it, and
This is a nice folder.
it looks. I don't know how to say this. It looks clean, but I don't mean that it looks polished. What I mean is that it looks like it hasn't gotten dirty.
Oh, so it's not been used.
Yeah, but it's been here for years. This thing has been in this crevice for over 100 years.
Could it be new?
And the door isn't dusty. It's
So
not
could
mouldy.
Could it be new?
It could be new. Yeah.
I can't find the lid.
Has
I
anybody
would-
got a lockpicking kit?
Before we touch the door, I would suggest we test touching the
No, I
door.
remember it now.
Mage hand. is what you're suggesting.
Yeah, I think mage hand
Yeah,
maybe is.
yeah.
And I'm going to step towards the opposite corner of the room while this happens.
Guys, get back. I'm hiding behind the tall.
I'm standing in front of it.
Yeah, I hide behind the tall and use mage hand on the door.
Okay.
I turn around so my shell's facing. one
Again,
side.
No,
complex touch is difficult.
actually, no, that
With
makes
mage hand,
sense.
so
That was
you-
randomly. Oh, no,
It feels like a door.
just think it looked cool.
That's how I could say it. It feels like you're trying to grab a stone door through very thick gloves.
Yeah, that's what I've done.
Guys, directly where the nose is, I'll give it a tickle.
Nothing happens.
Don't.
Oh, okay. I
I
turn
the door man.
Maybe.
Are there any rooms on the door?
There are no visible rooms on the door. Did you say you were going to try the door with a normal hand?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm bleeding.
I'm staying in this corner, pushing against
It's
it.
stone. It's a stone door. It doesn't feel any. Well, say that.
Pain.
Temperature-wise,
Oh.
it doesn't feel any different to the stone in the walls. However,
Yeah.
it's like rubbing your hand over really cheap paper and then rubbing it over really nice, really expensive paper.
A weird turn on.
There shouldn't be a difference, but there is a difference to your physical touch. The door feels much better made. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
The door feels smoother and shinier and cleaner.
Do we care about this door, guys? Because it doesn't seem like the goblins would have gone this way.
Alan, what did you say
What do you want
about
to
the
do?
door?
Hadouken? No.
Try.
You can throw me at it if we need to. I don't.
I cast a
Is there
fireball at
any,
the
sorry, is
door.
there any writing on it at all?
No.
No. So,
Firebolt, did you say?
Yeah, my cantrip.
Okay, I need you to roll a hit.
Alright. I tell the tall to take a step back.
I'm afraid you didn't. I need you to roll a hit.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
And then JM,
Yes.
I need a dexterity check from you.
Oh, is it bouncing?
Does that plus my attack, my spell attack to that as well?
Yes. So you've hit 14's
That's a-
fine though, so.
That's a dirty 20 then. If
Nice.
it's plus the sticks.
You have hit the wall.
Oh no.
No negative
Wasn't.
effects.
Oh, good.
Okay.
With the, you've hit the door. It sort of splashed on the door. Nothing happens, but it also doesn't hit the turtle. JM, what was that next check?
Not good. 8.
8. With a very sudden chittering noise next to you, you feel chomp on your ankle,
Ooh.
and you take 4 damage.
Oh, it just hits. Awesome. What the hell is that? Oh, of course it is.
You were standing on a rat's home,
Oh,
and by making so much noise about the firebolt, don't hit me, oh no, I'm moving away from this door, you woke it up.
Okay.
So you take 4 points of damage.
Can I just waggle my lucky rat foot?
I'm just going to kick it.
Hang on,
Some of your dead brothers.
hang on. Smiler waggles his rat's foot.
Nothing.
No effect.
Better than what he was waggling earlier.
As it bites you, I'm literally kicking against the wall.
Okay.
Do we have
That's
to
my
initiate?
response.
We'll keep the same initiative because there's only one of them.
Cool, so I go first.
So
Nice.
Altman's first.
Do I not get to
I'm
react
going
bite
to.
you?
No, that's where you failed your dex check.
Oh, I see. I thought the dex check was for the fire.
I
So
said it before, we'll whip it up into the
Okay.
Whoop up.
Roll the dice.
I don't, do I have to? Yeah. Whoops, wrong button. Actions. Whooper. Full on making the whippy noises.
Whooper.
10?
Okay. What damage does your whip do?
Not a lot.
2 on it.
No, it's a d4 plus 1.
Roll me a d4 and double the result.
Why?
Roll me a d4 and double the result.
8.
What do you add to that?
No, that was.
The-
Well, so
If
it's
you were making an
it's-
attack with the whip.
3 plus 1, so it's 6 plus 1, so 7.
JM, this whip has missed the rat.
I didn't roll a 1! I didn't roll a 1!
The rat is attached to his leg.
Oh shit, yeah, didn't take that into account. You know when you hit me with that axe, I
And
don't feel bad.
The rat
I
is
don't feel bad.
also on the other side of him from you.
And what did he?
You
Yeah,
take 7 damage.
7 through.
And you have confusing thoughts about women in high heels. As the whip licks your back.
My back. That chain I'm wearing was pointless,
Sorry, I've now got a
wasn't
song in my head that says an inappropriate word and then crack. You fill in the
it?
gaps.
7.
Here's what you rolled. It was,
I rolled really well with a very
you know, you critical him. His whip's just critical to you.
Are you dead?
No,
No.
I'm
No,
not.
okay.
Because the chain didn't offer me any protection against that whip. It's
Huzzah!
just-
After watching this disturbing moment, it's your turn. You see your friend just pull his whip back and just crack it down the back of
I mean,
Bravo
it made a noise that against.
That's brilliant, Nobed.
with no slight satisfaction on his face.
Sorry!
Since I could. Where am I? I'm going to use Mind Slither on the rat.
So you are here. Okay. Intelligence check, isn't it?
Yeah, intelligence saving throw at 14.
Why are you throwing stuff at me?
Roll a 7.
Stop working.
You're going to take 1d6 damage.
Roll it for me.
Yeah, I'm going.
What is this?
You take 3 damage.
3
and
damage.
then
The rat lets
from
go
your
of your gun.
Vacuum format.
Oh.
I don't want it
And then
to.
from your next saving throw, subtract 1d4.
Okay. The rat lets go of your leg as its brain burns.
Is it dead?
Perfect.
No,
I'm-
but it's let go of your leg.
And it's me next, isn't it?
It is.
I'm full on booting it against the wall.
Okay,
With
roll
my
the
big
hit.
metal boots.
Roll the hit.
You got metal boots? Oh. 3. Plus, what do you get? Do you get plus for a non...
How have I miss a kick with a rat that's not moving?
These
I've
boots
missed
are-
it.
Have you ever tried to kick a Springer Spaniel?
What
It's
am
attached
I
to it.
what am I
No,
adding
have you? I'm having words with Pepsi.
Is it just an unarmed strike?
It is just an unarmed strike.
I've
Yeah.
only ever kicked an animal when I have not intended to. Because they run
So
in
you'd be
front of
on
you as
plus
you go
5, I
through
think,
the
with your
room.
stats.
Yeah.
Still
You should
misses,
be lucky I
unfortunately.
didn't Eldritch Blast you.
That's why I was hoping it was attached to me. I wanted it to be attached to me because it couldn't miss then. And the kick in the wall.
No,
Garyon, it is your go, sir.
With exactly the same amount of damage.
Garyon, it is your turn.
If I'd Eldritch Blasted it, I would have got exactly
I
the
feel
same
like I
amount
don't
of
want to
damage.
attack this thing because I'm not very dexterous.
I don't think dexterity has anything.
At the moment, can you just not hit me because I am low on
Well,
health
that's
now?
kind yeah. So
It's alright, we've both got Save the Dying, so.
Yeah.
So if
You
I
know what
come
Spare the Dying does, don't you?
walk here,
Brings them back on one level.
No, if they're taking death saves, you just remove taking death
Yeah,
saves.
it's staying
They
on.
are still on 0 and unconscious, but they don't take death saves anymore.
I will just come here. Next
So
to
if
the
we
rat.
accidentally
Okay.
killed you, you're alright. But you accidentally killed me before, which was a problem.
And
I mean, I was trying to save your life.
Splat the rat!
no, I'm not going to try to splat the rat.
I was
because
trying to
I
get the
might
rat off,
his
it just
foot.
happened to.
It's not attached to him anymore, so now you would only hit him if you roll a 1 to hit.
Oh, okay. In that case, I will attack the rat.
It's
with
because
my-
You know he's about to roll a 1, don't you?
It's because it was attached and they were sharing the same space, it was easier to hit him.
Yeah, that's fine. I will use my warhammer on it. in
Do
that
it.
Case. I'll try and splat the rat.
Shit.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Don't roll a 1.
It's a 1. It's a. No, it's not.
It's a 21.
It hits!
It was close. It was higher than a 1.
Roll your damage, Sid.
It's
I
a
really
1.
want those electric dice.
Squish.
So I've got
It's
four
not
of
that
those,
expensive.
like 100 quid.
6 100 damage, that is enough to
Yeah,
splat
about
the
that.
rat.
2 d20s and all
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I looked at getting like 1d20 for everyone.
Right,
Oh, that's so cool.
with that, there are no more rats in the rubble. I'm assuming you check to see if there's any more rats
I'm
in the
just
rubble.
kicking all the rubble and stabbing any bits that move. And apparently we've got a tap dancer.
We are on 25 past 10 now. Do you guys want to have an attempt at opening this door before we end? Or do you want to wait and save that for next time?
Someone can throw me at the door if they want.
I have an idea. I have an
Ellen.
idea. Well, before we do it, I have an idea about the door. If anyone wants to try it, all of the walls around the door are in disrepair. So why don't we find a weak point and break the wall around the door rather than the
Sure.
door itself?
Can I fire an Eldritch Blast at the 4th wall, please?
We
No.
found has
the fourth
doesn't
wall. So
No, because that means you're attacking me.
doesn't Eldritch Blast only work against creatures?
yeah, that's how you find mimics really easily.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Is the door a mimic?
You can try. You have to
I'll
Eldritch
punch the
Blast it,
door.
but
Eldritch Blast it and see what happens. If you
No,
if
it's
it
a
doesn't-
fucking door shaped like a dragon. I'm not Eldritch Blasting it like a dragon.
I
If it was
will-
a door, yes. Because worst
I
case
punch-
scenario,
I-
it explodes.
Total
sorry,
guide.
hang on. Go on, boys.
I don't think
I
I'll
just
break
punch the
it.
door as hard as I can.
So,
I was
tell
gonna say,
Cook,
did
bored of the conversation, just on the door.
Oh.
I don't got a d4.
Yep.
Roll it, tell me what you get.
9. You got 4.
4.
Okay.
Oh, he's gonna hurt himself.
With a crunch of one of your knuckles, Telcook, you take 4 damage because it's a very strong stone door.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's made by doors, man.
Son of a bitch.
I've
and,
got a
and I
plan too.
chuckle a little bit.
We get the turtle to retract into his shell. Elephant Man picks him up, swings him, lets
Yep.
him go at the weak.
We
the
could
weak
turn him
point.
into a.
That
We
sounds
could
fun
turn
to
him
me.
into a
Oh, it's not hurt
Battering
me.
ram.
battering
so-
ram, but not the door. Can I just really push this? Not the door, the wall around
Well,
the
yeah.
door.
No, well, aim the turtle at the wall.
You guys do what you want. I retract it to my shell.
Okay, battering ram.
Ow!
Battering ram at what looks to be the weakest
there.
point close to the
I
door.
will throw the. I
Okay.
will yeet the turtle.
I now
So
have
I'll
the
point
DC
at the
of
point
21, by
that
the
looks
way.
the weakest.
Okay.
And
I will need a strength check from the
6
Loxodon.
seconds after that, I will Eldritch Blast the same spot.
I now have an
Okay.
AC of 21, by the way.
Oh, shall I spot the
Okay.
other side of the wall? The other where they are there hinges on this door?
10.
None visible.
Ah, some bitch.
10 is enough to throw him. Doesn't quite go as hard as you could if you used full strength, sort of thing. The turtle, with a weird sense of vertigo, flies through the air, cracks into
I
the
don't see
wall,
anything. I just feel my shell. Oh god.
cracks into the wall, and whilst it does mark the wall, it doesn't do any visible damage to the wall, which you can tell with your stone cunning. You can examine the wall, and whilst there is
dust and bits come off, and it's not.
whilst there's a bit
damaged
of dust, there's no damage. There's no progress, if that makes sense. If it had done some minor damage, you could maybe repeat this several times until eventually you break through. But it doesn't look like this is doing any damage at all.
Right. Is there a lock on the door?
Again, there is the
What
keyhole
were you into right there?
in the dragon's mouth.
Guitar.
Okay.
Good
Does
enough.
anyone have an ability
Yes.
to pick locks?
I have no
No,
clue.
no.
I'm afraid.
Anyone have thieves' tools or proficiency with thieves' tools?
No.
I've got Smith's tools. I can make a key.
You try and break the lock.
That's about. Well, yeah, I'm happy to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could try
If
and
I can
break
see
the lock.
any of the mechanism, yeah, absolutely.
Possessed.
So what's that? A strength?
A strength check.
That's mine now.
What you do is you like, put the chisel into the keyhole and then using your hammer just try and punch it out the other side.
Yeah, I think I break it. That's a 24.
No.
Narf.
No, did you say?
No.
A 24 doesn't break it.
24.
Great.
You
I can try, but you can fail.
you have done this.
Oh, that just
You
looks
have
so
done
cool.
it. Did you roll an actual 20?
No, I rolled a
That just
19.
looks so cool.
You have done this so many times in the past. You've mainly because dwarves tend to get themselves locked out of things because they go out drinking and forget they don't have their keys, or the other half locks them out.
Right.
So you've had to break people into
Which
houses
explains my
regularly.
drinking problem.
At least that's what you told the sheriff. This, you put the chisel in, you wind the hammer back, you strike it. Perfect. What this should do is crack the cylinders and punch the lock out the back of the door. And it bounces the cylinder back at you. Rather than all the force going that way, it's almost like there is something catching the force and
So
reflecting
did it
back
feel
at you.
magical as opposed to natural?
Yes.
Okay.
Any natural lock would not have reacted like that. It would have, at the very least, dented it.
Okay.
This didn't even leave a scratch.
So I'll
But
relay
bounce
that to the
chisel back.
team, and if anyone's got any magical abilities to do things here, they're probably better placed.
I get out my shell and say probably the key's probably gonna be somewhere else, guys. We're gonna have to.
My final check, I firebolt the door at the keyhole.
Go even slower than that, or do you
At the keyhole.
Point blank with my finger gun the keyhole.
Okay. There's a brief splash of flame along the wall, along the door in front of you. And again, the cylinder's not even hot. Normally metal gets warm when you use fire on it.
I'm guessing one of the goblin fuckers has the key.
Does anyone have any magical damage, like stuff?
Just Eldritch Blast.
That's force damage.
Is that a
Pretty
tiny
much
can of
Beer.
Pretty much weapons.
Oh, right.
Pump up the jam
just
from
the shade of pink it was, it just looked like monster.
That's
Yeah, actually,
That's too slow.
need
pause a
to-
second. I have a word with you.
That's
Later,
far too
after
slow.
the thing.
What have I done?
No, because it's funny.
Okay. I don't know what I've done.
Is you got me addicted to that pink monster.
Oh, it's good, isn't it? It is good.
I've been buying
Not
crates of it
sponsored,
from
but
Booker.
open to offers.
So last time I
love
went
that
down,
sort of passion.
they were sold out.
Oh.
So I haven't been able to pick any up for like 2 days, and I've just drunk my last one this morning.
Oh no.
So I've had to buy this stuff, which isn't anywhere near as good.
No, it's not.
Yeah, if you get a chance, guys, drink the pink monster if you drink energy drinks, because it's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Right,
I'm quite a
so
fan of the American Punch one at Asda.
That's the
Yeah.
next best one, yeah.
yeah, that's absolutely second best.
No, you wrote a naughty.
And then the Doctor for me, the
You
other
don't
one.
reply
Really?
me.
So yeah.
No, you're not.
Right, guys. So the door doesn't seem to be budging. The locksmith has tried to break the lock as best he can
Yeah.
and had no effect, and no magic seems to be doing anything on it.
I say we keep moving.
Yeah, agreed. Go the way we
No,
know
it's
that
me.
people have been or something has been.
Yeah.
Okay, doke. So
Cool.
You wonder it.
we are now at 10:30 exactly.
I'm so good at
Okay.
it.
Lovely. We will leave it there and
Sounds
pick
good.
it up again for the next session.
No.
That's the neatest we've been for the whole session. Look at how
Really is.
neatly arranged we are.
Smiler,
What?
is it next Monday the next one?
Yes.
Just checking before I said so.
Every
Well,
Monday.
I will
Yep.
be
Yeah,
here.
same time.
Yeah, is
Every
that good for
Monday,
you
same
two?
time.
Sounds good to us.
Yep, 7:30.
7:30.